time has run out, and the Boston Celtics have done it again. Another jewel in that crown. 108 to 106. And there you see Don Nelson. Here comes Bailey Howell. Now Tom Sanders, who did not get in the lineup. Keith Erickson of Los Angeles. A disappointed Wilt Chamberlain, brought here by Jack Kent Cooke in hopes of bringing the first title in 9 years to Los Angeles.
Yes, congratulations. What a great last game.
I tell you, Jack, it was tough, and it just goes to show you, we had to win one on the home court, and this was the one. It was the greatest.
I think you were so...
What are they going to do with all those balloons up there? They'll eat them.
Sam, what a way to go out. What did you say at halftime to get everybody? I made the remark that late in the ball game, you appeared to be more fresher than the Lakers.
Well, Jack, I wanted to play. I knew it was my last game, and I don't have to save up for next year or anything. And I tell you, this ball club is great. A lot of pride, and I just want to thank the fans back home in Boston, Jack. They've been wonderful.
They've stayed with you. What about putting you into the ball game, Sam, with 8 minutes to go in the ball game with 5 fouls? What did Russ have in mind when he put you in with that much time left?
He put me in to shoot, Jack, because we wasn't getting that ball to the hoop, and I knew I had to be cautious because Jerry West is one of the toughest ball players I played against, but I just had to go out and play my game. I fouled out, but I felt good.
Actually, Sam, I think that this is probably your greatest win, right?
It certainly is, Jack, and you know, this is the way to go out, man.
I want to say that Jerry West was absolutely fantastic. That was one of the greatest exhibitions I ever saw in my life.
I can only speak for Red because I had to play him all through the series, and Jack, I tell you, I had to say a little prayer every time he got the ball.
Sam, I know Bill Russell is right behind there. He wants you in the locker room, so we're going to let you go. Thank you so much.
Well, there you see Jack Waldron, the executives of the company that own the Celtics. Here is Jack.
Chris, I'm here with Bill Russell. Bill, this must have been a great win for you.
Jack.
I know it's hard to say what's in your mind right now, Bill, and it must have been a great win.
Well, this is such a great bunch of guys, you know, and it's just been so fabulous the way they played for me, and it sounds all corny, you know, to start talking like that, but I told these guys before the game, I don't care what happens, I wouldn't trade you guys for any guys in the world.
That was fairly obvious, but the leadership has to come from you, Bill, and to bring a team from 4th place during the regular season to the world's title, the 11th title in 13 years, you've got the respect of everybody in the country.
Well, Jack, it's my guys. It's just my guys. These guys play ball for me, and they're such a great bunch of guys. I just can't say enough about the guys.
Let me get John Havlicek. John, get John over here. John, what a great game. What do you have to say, John?
Well, I'm telling you, every time we come into this series, it seems as though it gets tougher and tougher each year. And one of these days, I'm going to be able to retire and sit back and watch someone else work so hard and enjoy it, because what we go through is such an emotional experience that it's getting to me every year.
Okay, John, Bill, everybody, congratulations. It's a great year, and it's a great season.
NBA champion.
Chris, you can't say enough about the courage of Willis Reed. Reed came in here obviously hobbled. His mere presence on the court intimidated the Lakers. He drew Chamberlain out from underneath, which on Wednesday night's game, by staying underneath, Chamberlain dominated the game. So Reed in the lineup, setting picks, occupying Chamberlain, did a great job, and his mere presence psychologically helped tremendously this New York ball club.
Thanks again, Chris. Here he is. He's the big man. Willis Reed, named the most valuable player in the just concluded NBA championship series with the Knicks now #1. Willis, congratulations to you, and I'm sure it comes from all of you, as I must talk to you first about the incredible ovation you got when you came out on the floor tonight.
I was very pleased with that. Everybody been saying, you know, are you going to play, are you going to play? I felt like I was going to play. I didn't know how effective I was going to be. I just said, I hope I have a good ball game. I hope the team play well, and I hope we can win it. You know, I'll do everything I could because I didn't know whether we'll be back here again next year. We're here this year. Let's win it this year.
Let's win it this year. You said on the plane as we flew back after Wednesday night's debacle, from your point of view, it might not come your way again, remember?
That's correct. You never know. I mean, with the great teams, with Al Cinder and all other great ball players and teams in this league, we don't know what will happen next year. why wait? Say we'll do it next year. Let's do it this year, and we've done it. And this is the greatest feeling I've had.
Just joining us, the diminutive former basketball star himself, the coach of the Knickerbockers, Red Holzman. Red, how much did Willis figure in tonight's victory? He's been named the MVP. What did his mere presence mean, despite his being hobbled, in terms of stopping Wilt?
Well, I think just the fact that he was out there gave the club quite a lift, and the fact that he was lucky enough to make a couple of shots at the beginning.
Was that part of the game plan, by the way, to scare them with Willis shooting first?
No, but it gave us a big lift when he made his first few shots.
After that, you were very cautious with him.
Well, we weren't cautious. We were just watching him, and he went about as far as he could go, and then if we needed him again, he would have been back in the ball game. But Nate Bowman did a fine job, and we didn't have to put him back in.
The people of this country face a certain puzzlement, Red. It's a question I asked Walter Kennedy at halftime. Why is it, how is it, that the Lakers could do what they did to the Knicks 2 nights ago, and you could turn around and utterly submerge them tonight?
Well, I think that old adage about every game being a new game is very important, and the fact that your home court is very important. Our fans are the greatest in the world, and I think they had as much to do with winning this game as we did.
Big man, you know what you mean to your teammates? You know what Bradley said about you?
No, he doesn't.
He said, just seeing you come out on the floor, put those guys together. And he spoke magnificently, he really did, about you men have coalesced, how you have. And truly, again, our congratulations. You've offered, I think, the best that the human spirit can offer. Congratulations to you.
Only 18 seconds remaining in this final game of a hectic NBA season at Civic Center, with Milwaukee leading Baltimore 116 to 104.
Commissioner of the NBA, Walter, was a great championship. Well, of course, Milwaukee has had a tremendous team all season, and I think it's only fitting under the circumstances that they should finish one of the greatest seasons any NBA team has ever had in winning the national NBA championship.
There's the big Oscar, congratulations.
Thanks, Jack.
Big win for you. What do you feel? Is this better than the days that you've seen?
Oh, this is great, Jack.
Finally got it. This is 11 years in coming, right?
A long time, Jack.
How do you feel?
Oh, I feel wonderful. Great victory. Had a great team game.
What about this team, Oscar? Is this a great ball club?
I think we're coming, Jack. First year I'm with the club. I think we're going to lose. Have to get much better. Great guy. Big fella.
Hey, Luke. Luke, congratulations. Oscar just paid you a great compliment. You had a great series. Congratulations. He was a big help. He was a big help.
Not to play the hell of a game today.
How about yourself? You played a great game. Congratulations on the MVP.
Thank you very much.
How about the way Oscar put this ball club together? Don't you think last year put a great ball club together?
Well, in this last game, like we weren't all together today. We were missing some of our offensive players. He just came right in, made the big play, got the rebound, put the ball in the hoop, gave 3-point plays, he did everything.
And the Los Angeles Lakers are the world champions of basketball. The Lakers conclude their basketball season with a record of 81 victories and only 16 defeats. If you would have asked me before the season started, could that ever be done by any team, I would have thought that you were crazy.
We ran into the locker room and the champagne was flowing. A lot of joy to win that first one.
It was all a special feeling that finally we were able to win when maybe we didn't think that age would allow us to do that.
There was as much relief as there was just pure innocent joy.
That frustration was over.
Finally exercise all the demons in terms of winning a championship.
Jerry, it's been a long time coming. We've been together through all those years, through all those miserable 7th games that didn't come to fruition, but tonight it's here. How do you feel? I really don't know. Probably tomorrow I'll feel a lot better, but I tell you, I'm absolutely at a loss for words.
Everybody in Los Angeles wanted Jerry West to win a championship, and he finally got it. And even the media guys, I think, who are supposed to not be partial, were excited.
There are people you really feel good for when good things happen to them, and West is one of the people you had to feel good for.
See him, win his championship and not have to worry about the rest of his life. That all he can remember is getting beat by the Celtics. Finally got that monkey off his back, and I think the Lakers finally got that monkey off his back.
The thing I'm most proud of, obviously, was the fact that we were able to win for the city of Los Angeles, and more importantly, with people that I love playing with, and for a coach that is one of the greatest people I've ever been around in my life.
Where's Elgin Baylor? I saw him here before. Is he still here? See if you can find Elgin. Stand up there. I think maybe Elgin left. I don't see him, but did Elgin leave? Former Laker great Elgin Baylor made his way in, extended his congratulations, and made his way out of this very hot and jam-packed locker room.
The thing that has bothered me the most in my life is that my great friend and incredible player, Elgin, wasn't there to participate in the actual winning of it.
It was just tremendous, to see it. I was happy for the team to win a championship. I mean, that's the ultimate.
Hugging each other and having some fun, but they inbound it, the clock goes, and the game is over, and New York has won the ball game. To the locker room? I am not to get there. He's on his way to the locker room. That's where he's going. The New York Knicks headed for the quiet of their locker room, having won the NBA championship. 4 games to 1.
Hi, everybody. Right here is Bedlam in the New York Knicks locker room, and right beside me, the winning coach, Red Holzman. And Red, congratulations to you on the World Champions.
Thank you.
During the game this evening, I know that there were many tense moments for you. What do you think was the turning point to get out there and take it?
Well, I think when we opened it up at the end of the game, we played real good defense to stay close, and then we did a good job offensively. Of course, we were very worried when Dave got hurt there, because this club is really out of it. They're a great club, great basketball team. And you have to continuously be ready and be worried about them.
Good. Red, congratulations. I know you came back with 4 in a row. We're asking you for a smile up there, and they're photographers all around. Right by my side, on this side, the chairman and president of Madison Square Garden Corporation, Irving Mitchell Felt, and the chairman of the New York Knicks, the president of the New York Knickerbockers, Ned Irish. And on this side, the captain of the New York Knicks, Willis Reed. Jimmy Wergley's the business manager here. Frank Blauschild on the side. Willis, here he is, Frank. Willis, I know this is a great moment for you because you had a problem getting back into shape, but you put it all together when it counted, when the chips were down.
I think so. I think the whole team played well, and I was just glad to be a part of the team that came back and played such tremendous ball.
Yeah, there was a problem with fouls, but you stuck right in there, too.
Yeah, we played a great ball. The defense was a turning point for us this game.
How did you do the team defense that you did so well, so everybody contributed?
I think it's desire and determination, and I think that Lakers wanted us in this series, and they got us.
Were they as tough as you thought they were going to be?
Right. No, they played well, but it was close games, but we were a better ball club, looked like, defensively.
Here's the man with those quick hands and what a job, Walt. You were just taking that ball away, and when it counted, how do you feel about it all?
Yeah, I feel great, man, really. I'm glad the season's over, and now I can get some rest and take a vacation.
I'm glad you're here.
What's one of the marks? Go ahead, Walt.
It's not as great as winning it the first time, and I think a lot of people are surprised that we did win it, but the team had confidence all year that we could do it, and we played like we knew we could. You know, we did the things we had to do, and we pulled it out, so...
One thing about Walt, I noticed you never changed expression even with the loss. It was the same as the win. I think it was the mark of the team. They took the ups and the downs and stayed by.
I think that was the experience of the team and the poise, not cracking under pressure. Because no matter how things, how bad they look at sometimes, I know they always get better.
Walt, congratulations, world champion. Yeah. Here's Dean here. Dean Meminger, Phil Jackson coming over. Here's the man that kept the acceleration on. Dean, you made a vital 3-point play in there, going down fast. Phil, congratulations.
Thank you.
Big series.
A lot better than sitting on the sidelines watching 1970.
You came through, one of the big stars of the series. You saved your big ones for the end.
Thank you.
A 17-point lead, it was all over. The Bucks knew it. The fans knew it, and Tommy Heinsohn sat his regulars down to enjoy a rare view of a basketball game from the bench. When the end came, it didn't take a basketball expert to distinguish the winners from the losers. The celebration grew in the champions' dressing room. The news of the selection of John Havlicek as the playoff MVP didn't hurt the mood either. They had won the game, they had to win. For Coach Heinsohn and Captain Havlicek, it felt like old times. It was a familiar experience for President Red Auerbach, championship number 12 in his book of Boston. But it was a first for owner Bob Schmertz, who felt it was a pleasant experience
and was willing to have it again.
Underdogs all the way. The Warriors have done it. The Golden State Warriors have just won the NBA championship. They have beaten the Washington Bullets.
Let me get Al, Coach Al in here. I tell you, I know how you feel, Al, because I know how it was when we won our first championship. But did you think you'd do it in 4 in a row, Al?
Oscar, I won't say that I thought we could do it in 4. I thought after we got it to this point, I felt that we had a good chance, and unfortunately, I got put out the ball game early, and I almost gave it away, but I think the team held on. They came back and got into it, and they did an outstanding job. I thought Joe did a great job on the bench, and I think they deserve everything they got. And, you know, you go in this league, I've been in since 1960, and this is my first championship, and I'm real proud of it.
Grabbing rebounds and dunking shots. I guess you really intimidated those guys out there, didn't you?
Well, you know, I knew we only had, you know, I felt like that we had to play the game today because, you know, we gave them some life. They're a good ball club, and I really respect that team. And we had to win today. I felt that we had to win.
Here comes the champagne. Okay, thanks a lot. Let me get a word from Rick right here.
It's everything. The only goal I've ever set for pro basketball. That's everything. I only wish I was in a position to retire now because this would be the time.
Yeah, I think you got a little time. Rick, how did you really feel out there? You knew you had the game won. What went through your mind at that moment?
Well, Oscar, it was trying to realize that it happened. I mean, this has been such a fantasy year. I mean, the way we started out, supposedly also ran, so we battled and scratched and fight our way to become the world champions. It's a fitting climax, I think, for one of the most unique teams in pro basketball.
It is all over. It has come to an end, and the Boston Celtics have won their 13th NBA championship. Hondo John Havlicek with possession of the ball, and the players are meeting here at midcourt, congratulating each other. It has been that kind of a battle here. Collins and Don Nelson. Charlie Scott going off. Dr. Silver, the officials filing away. And there, of course, is JoJo White, who had an incredible series for the Boston Celtics. Played 60 minutes on Friday night, came back, and don't forget, we'll be going inside the victorious locker room. Andy Rudolph will be in there. We'll find out who our MVP is. Here's McInnes. Lucas comes out. McInnes for the tie. It's off. It's there. It's over. Portland has won the championship. 109 to 107. They've gone wild in Portland. The Portland Trailblazers, their first year in the NBA playoffs. The baskets are down. The one on my left, Walton has had the jersey stripped off him. Walton and the Trailblazers trying to battle through the crowd to the locker room. A world championship for the Blazers. But the 76ers came right down to the end and would not quit against them. And so for Steve Jones and Rick Barry, this is Brent Musburger saying so long from Portland, Oregon, where they've gone wild. 109, 107, the Blazers win the championship.
I've never coached a better player. I've never coached a better competitor. And I've never coached a better person than Bill Walton.
Phil.
I really have nothing to say.
Aren't you happy?
It was a good game. It was a good game, and you know the 76ers are one of the best teams I've ever played against, and I'm real happy. And,
Dennis Johnson begins the countdown. They must shoot quickly. It is in and out. Unseld with control. It is about to end. Bobby Dandridge, he will be our most valuable player. Bobby Dandridge voted the CBS most valuable player here in the NBA Championship Series. And the celebration can begin in Washington. Dick Motta and Bernie Bickerstaff are embracing over there as the Washington Bullets jubilantly file off the floor, and the crowd here in Seattle, rather than booing, comes to its feet and gives both these teams a tremendous ovation. Freddie Brown and Wes Unseld shaking hands at midcourt. There are no recriminations for Lenny Wilkins and the SuperSonics. They didn't even think this team would get in the playoffs. And for the Washington Bullets, they have finally done it, and they've done it the hard way. They twice had to win games here in Seattle. One in the Kingdome before 39,000 fans, and then here tonight in the Seattle Center Coliseum, where the SuperSonics had won 22 straight games. and it was the Washington Bullets prevailing, 105-99, the final score, as they file into their locker room. The happy champions of the NBA, Larry Wright, Kevin Gravy, the most valuable player, Bobby Dandridge, Charles Johnson there embracing, Greg Ballard, the rookie from Oregon, who provided some great moments for the Bullets as they eliminated Atlanta. Then they were underdogs against the San Antonio Spurs.
You voted MVP
on George Gervin. And then, after shutting down George Gervin in San Antonio, these men went up against the doctor, Julius Erving and the Philadelphia 76ers. They beat them in 6 games. Then it was on to the championship, and again they had given up the home court, but they wrested it away tonight as they have won the NBA championship.
One of the great series of all time in the NBA, and it was played right down to the wire, and we could all be proud of the SuperSonics, of course, tonight. And I'm very happy to be here with Jerry Sachs, Bob Ferry, our coach Dick Motta, and Wes Unseld, who has been waiting a while for all of this.
Analysts do not commit a foul here, especially in the act of shooting. You got the lead, you got the time. 12 seconds. Here we go.
Unseld's inbound. Start the countdown. Ballard off with the shot. Sonics control from the corner.
They don't even have to come in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the celebration begin in Seattle. It is over. The Seattle SuperSonics have won the NBA World Championship Series in 5 games, beating the Washington Bullets 97-93. But listen to the crowd in Landover. Listen to this display of sportsmanship.
They're actually applauding everyone. Not a boo in this. Really applauding the play of both Seattle and the Bullets. You got to appreciate that Seattle play. They deserve it. They play great basketball.
The opera has come to an end. The fat lady came down with laryngitis on a Friday night. She was struggling hard.
I believe she's pickled.
A very pickled fat lady. Inside that jubilant locker room, we'll be going in there, of course, to talk to the players. We will also make the announcement right now that that car is going to go to Dennis Johnson. He's been voted the most valuable player here as the Seattle SuperSonics have won the NBA World Championship, and we'll be right back. There it is. It's over, and the most valuable player is Magic Johnson. 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. He starts at center, plays forward and guard, and leads the Los Angeles Lakers to a World Championship 123-107 over Philadelphia without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the Lakers have announced that they'll have a victory rally at noon tomorrow in the parking lot Forum. And the disappointed Philadelphia 76ers head back to their locker room with a tired and deservedly so Magic Johnson. And the Lakers going inside after wrapping up a World Championship in 6 games in Philadelphia.
First of all, I think we all want to send our good wishes and salute the captain of the Lakers out there in Los Angeles, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was named the player of the decade by the basketball writers, and deservedly so. We miss him here tonight. And in his name, along with the rest of the team, we're going to make a little presentation.
And it's permanent. You keep it.
I've never had a group of men like this team do so much, minute by minute, week by week, month by month. I think we played 108 games, and they've given everything they had, and this is the end result. Thank you, guys.
Coach Westhead.
Everybody put your hand
Oh, come here. It was indeed a season for rookies. Jerry, Magic, and you. What are your feelings right now, Coach Westhead?
Well, Brent, I'm just so excited for our players. It's a long way back in Palm Springs when Jack McKinney got us all going, and we just stuck together, and it's just teamwork that got us here, and we wanted to win it for the big fellow, and we sure went out and played hard for him.
How gracious of you to mention Jack McKinney at this moment. A couple of the players in here. Noam Nixon, your thoughts right now?
Well, I tell you, it really hadn't hit me yet. I'm sitting here, and it's over, and we had the trophy, and we just walked up and did it. and I'm going back and partying in L.A. now.
Jamal Wilkes, you're familiar with championships. Golden State, you win 1. UCLA 3. How does this one compare?
Oh, this is great. I like to say to our captain, Kareem, that he was with us all the way. We knew it before the game. It's his trophy. I like to say hello to Mom and Pops and my family.
Pat Riley, on behalf of broadcasters, that's how you started the season. Your reaction?
This is it, Brett. This is it. And Kareem, Cheryl, Chris will be out. The party's starting here, but it's going to end in L.A.
All right, let's go inside the Laker locker room right now, and here's Rick Barry.
And here's the man of the hour, Magic Johnson. Magic, what do you have that makes you perform like this in these championship games?
Well, I don't know. Just I love to win, and I guess that's the thing. I go in thinking we can win any game that I play. Despite Kareem wasn't in, and we want to say, hey, we did it for you, big fella, because you got us here, and we don't want to take nothing away from him.
A lot of people really weren't sure whether or not you were going to be making it in this league and making it big. You certainly made a believer out of me, sir. I haven't seen you play that much. You were absolutely fantastic. I've got some good news for you. I don't know if you know it, but the National Magazine has named you the MVP for this series.
Oh, well, thank you. I just tried to do my best and help the team win, and it's just great. The NBA, the whole season was great, and it's been beautiful.
I think that's really a capper to it, with Sport Magazine naming you the MVP. You have some few words to say to the big fella back in L.A.?
Yeah, big fella, we love you. We did it for you, and we want you to get up and dance a little bit tonight. I know that ankle looks fun, but get up for us.
One final question I have to ask. You came in here, your teammates were rather subdued. This is probably one of the quietest locker rooms for a championship that I've seen.
Because it's unbelievable. I mean, it's unreal. Right now, we're just, thinking about it. It's happened so fast.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know how much you realize this, but I was in the league a long time before I ever made it, and there's a lot of ball players around who haven't made it this far in a long career. This is your first year, and you're here. How many more of these would you like to get under your belt?
About 20.
Justifiably a very happy team.
Level. Bernston brings it down. You see 2 seconds. 1, and the world champions, the Boston Celtics. And so, the Celtics with their 14th flag. We will be presenting the trophy. Joining the commissioner, Larry O'Brien, will be in the presentation area. We'll also be going to Rick Barry.
Bill, we have a very jubilant Boston Celtic team as they come into the locker room. Now the champions of the world, Larry Bird. Larry. Get some. Larry, come here. Let's talk to Larry Bird, who just came on incredibly strong at the end. Larry, there's a lot of talk about the great defense done on you. Your shooting wasn't going real well, but you really came back with a super performance. How do you feel about having come so close in college, and now you're in the pros, you've got the big one?
No, this is a very big one for us. We practiced awful hard this year. We stuck together. When going got tough, we came through. They came back on us, but not good enough.
Well, they're taking care of Larry here, and he's the man who did it. Larry, what was going through your mind at the end there when your team was struggling and the Rockets made that gallant comeback, and you just took over?
Well, I knew if we just made a couple baskets and kept our poise, we'd come through, like always. Guys just kept on playing hard. We got a couple baskets, and we got it.
Well, this is one of the dangers of being in the winning locker room. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rick.
You deserve it. Let's get Robert Parrish. Robert Parrish. Well, they're taking care of a little business with Robert. Robert, you had a great game out there. You were the fellow that got him going early, and you came back after that foul trouble. How does it feel to have it all?
It feels very good. I'm happy to win it all. It's that.
Okay, we let Robert go and dry off a little bit.
The Lakers, it's over. Jerry Buss, the Lakers owner, what a big day this is for him. The LA Lakers have won it at home, their second world championship in 3 years, and their third world championship since moving to Los Angeles. And there's the scene inside the Laker dressing room, and Pat Riley has done it. He was not just a push-button coach at all, was he, Bill?
He did a great job.
He did just about. He gave these guys just the right amount of help, and he knew how to get in the way and get out of the way. He never overcoached and he never undercoached.
I want to congratulate the entire Lakers team, Captain Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Pat Riley, the coach, and his whole coaching crew, the organization, the Lakers, and the owner of the Lakers, Jerry Buss. This is the World Championship trophy. It's emblematic of the true world champion of basketball. It now goes into the possession of the Lakers. They are to retain it in perpetuity, and it is gold created by Tiffany. And let me lift it now, Jerry, and hand it to you with our congratulations.
Riley and Billy Cunningham, Warriors, great coaches together. They're both great young coaches. They asked Julius Erving, would you rather win it at home? And he said no, because that would mean 72 hours more of wondering, and I've wondered long enough. Julius has his ring. Moses Malone did what Philadelphia wanted him to do. The champions of the NBA 1982-83.
Doc, all right. Congratulations, Doc. How does it feel now? You've waited so long for that NBA championship.
Well, 7 years is a long time, but it was well worth the wait.
Doc, take me through those last hectic minutes. You scored the last 7 points for him. The first field goal comes on the steal.
I think it was just a matter of opportunities coming. There you go, Bill. Being in the right place at the right time. They put so much concentration, I think, on Andrew and Moses. It just opened me up right at the end.
Billy, did you think when you fell behind again that you could come back in this one?
This team has done it all season, all year in the playoffs. The thing, we just didn't come out the way we wanted to in the second half. We just came out and played the ball we're capable of.
Hey, Alfredo.
Mo, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel great, man. I had to go to the boys full quarter. Hey, I feel great. Hello, Alfredo. And Mr. Gill, my mother, Mary Malone, and my little boy, Small. Talking.
Final second. Cooper wants to play. It's over. The Boston Celtics are the NBA World Champions in a grueling 7-game series with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Celtics, with the best record in the league, beat the team with the second best record in the league. The final score, Boston 111 and Los Angeles 102. 15 world titles. Another banner will be hung from the rafters at Boston Garden.
What a spectacular finale to a record-breaking season, Red. It's my pleasure to present the Larry O'Brien Trophy to the NBA World Champion 1984 Boston Celtics. Congratulations to Red Auerbach, number 15, what a way to go. Congratulations to K.C. Jones, who did a great job all year. And congratulations to Alan Cohn, Don Gaston, and Toll Dupuis for their ownership.
Fred, how do you feel? How does number 15 make you feel?
It feels great. Whatever happened to the Los Angeles dynasty? You guys were talking about a dynasty. Here's where it is, right here. That's the dynasty. We're the best team in the world right now. The best. There they are out there.
I got to say, Red, you got the best coach in the world. KC, a brilliant coaching job in this year.
Thank you very much. I did the whole thing by myself, and I got some help from Larry Bird. However, thanks to these guys, they helped me throughout the whole year, and it's much appreciated.
You were the most valuable player, and I must add that they said you were going to be the MVP if Boston even lost this game tonight. That's how great this series was. What does it mean to Larry?
Well, it means a lot, but there's a lot of players out there still capable of winning the MVP award.
Bernard King and Jabbar and some of the others. But right now, we just feel happy about winning.
Larry, does this get you even with Magic for what happened between Michigan State and Indiana State all those many years ago?
Yeah, we're professionals now, but I won this one for Terre Haute.
You won it for Terre Haute, I'll tell you.
The Lakers are winning it. 3 in 6 years. LA comes to Boston and wins the world title.
Coach Riley, Kareem, congratulations to the Lakers, the city of Los Angeles, and all your fans. Once again, the Celtics and the Lakers treated the world to a battle between the two best basketball teams. Here's your trophy. You earned it. You deserve it. Enjoy it.
Hey, look at this! Oh, this has removed the most odious sentence in the English language. It can never again be said that the Lakers have never beaten the Celtics.
Coach Riley,
oh God,
what was the big difference this year from a year ago?
Brent, I just think that, you know, the rebounding was much improved. Kareem, our captain, and Magic, our two leaders, led us in a very strong move. And we have a little bit of a saying that somewhere along the way, at some time, we're going to have to plant our feet, stand firm, and make a point. And we made the point. We took that parquet floor here, and all the skeletons are cleaned out of our cot. Yes!
Kareem, what were you thinking 13 days ago when it was a blowout the other way and people wondered if you were not too old to come back?
I just thought it was going to be a long way back. We wanted to just get back into it and show that we could play good basketball. We really disappointed ourselves that first day, but after that, we turned it around completely.
Kareem, you were the unanimous winner of the Sport Magazine Most Valuable Player. I don't think you've ever been MVP in a championship series, have you?
Yeah, I was in 1971, but everybody's forgotten that.
This one has to feel, and what I want to know is, will you play for sure next year? Any thoughts of retirement now that you've won another championship?
Of course not. I'll be there next year, and we'll be defending it. It'll be nice to wear the crown my last year.
One long year and redemption for one Magic Johnson. Now you can tell us just how much it bothered you a year ago when they said you choked in the championship series.
Well, it bothered me. You know, anytime you make mistakes to probably lose the championship, then it bothers you. You know, no question about it.
You came out here early today ahead of all your teammates, and you were out taking jump shots, set shots. The look of determination on your face.
No question about it. You know, it's like we have our chance. It's a long year last year to wait for this moment right now. And so I was trying to get ready, even though my jumper didn't go like I wanted to, but I went inside.
What do you think the differences were this time around for this team, Magic?
We didn't make the mistakes. They came back, but we held them off every time. And last year, like when we had the lead and they came back, we made mistakes just to give them the game. But this time, you see, we made the plays to carry the games out.
Magic, congratulations.
Thank you.
James Worthy, you were one of the standouts in this particular series. I thought you really took charge when they needed a hoop.
Hey, we didn't want to play a seventh game. We wanted to end it up here. We had the momentum coming off from the last win in Los Angeles, and we didn't want to put ourselves in the same situation we were in last year. We know it would have been tough, the seventh game, so we came out with a lot of intensity in the second half, and I think that would carry us over. They made a strong comeback, but we were able to sustain our defense and just keep the offense going, and thank God we got one.
Listen to the hand for the starters as they go. One on the parquet floor.
do they ever earn this? They never looked back this year, Tommy.
They were very, very enjoyable to watch this season. Their passing game really harkened back to the 50s when everybody got involved and they truly became a team.
They lost on Christmas Day after having a 25-point lead. They had lost 5 out of 9, and then they grouped together, won 17 out of 18, and the Celtics used Christmas Day's disaster to go on and win their 16th NBA team.
This series will always be the series that was decided by courage. Newspapers all over the coast kept saying, courage is going to win it, courage is going to win it, and therefore I guess it turns out that we're the most courageous team.
Thank you very much. Bring your coach in here. Pat Lott, Coach, you became very comfortable in your position this year. Compare for me this championship with the others.
I'll tell you, Brent, we started in October with an attitude that they just were not going to be denied. It was a long year of great hard work. I've got the best group of guys I've ever had, and they've worked very hard. They deserve this. I think it's the best Laker team I've ever coached.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, at the age of 40, you're still collecting championships. Kareem, this one has to feel about as sweet as any of the others.
Oh, it's a nice one. It's we worked real hard for it, and I think the most significant part of it is that at the beginning of the season, nobody picked us to even finish first in our division. And here we are with the World Championship. I'm really proud of this team.
Kareem, will you definitely be back next year and for 2 years? Are you committed to 2 years now?
Well, I'll definitely be back next year. The Lakers are trying to talk to me about an additional year. I'm going to listen to what they have to say. I haven't made any commitment on that.
All right, but we'll look forward to seeing you next year. Congratulations. The most valuable player for the 3rd time. They have won 4 championships, and Magic Johnson, an MVP, unanimous choice. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a total team effort, really. You know, we all just chipped in and just got the job done, and it's just great to be a champ again.
Does this one feel better than even the first one, Magic?
Oh, yeah, it did. Because of the fact what we did during the regular season, we carried it on into the playoffs. So it's definitely the sweetest one. I just like to say hello to my mom and dad back in Lansing, Michigan.
All right, congratulations, Magic. The man who had to battle back, James Worthy. You started out like a house of fire, struggled in Boston, came back again today. James, talk about this series from your perspective.
Well, it started out very positive for me, Brent, but I picked the wrong time to have a shooting slump. I really think that I was feeling too obligated to get the ball in the hole after the first few misses, but I knew I just had to keep putting it up. I think coming home really helped us. It's hard staying somewhere 7 days, but got back home and regrouped and got back into the game mentally, and I think the defense dictated the offense.
And you have to be awfully happy that those rumors weren't true about you being traded. Congratulations, James. Michael Cooper, you had a knee problem. How much did it bother you today out on the floor?
Well, in the first half, Brennan was kind of stiff, but after I got involved in the game, it came back at halftime and got some heat on it and stuff that loosened up.
Michael, as we close this out, tell me what brings this Laker team together. Why does there seem to be such great fellowship when I'm around this ball club?
Well, this is it right here. The wives play a big part, I have to say, as far as keeping the continuity of the ball club and the team together. Plus, Coach Riley and everybody in the organization is on together. And when you have everybody playing together, it's fun when you win.
Wanda, congratulations to you, too.
Thank you. I'm delirious. You know, you can never get used to this. This is our 4th one, and it never gets old. I love it.
Always tastes better.
Thanks.
All right.
The game ends. The Lakers have won it again.
Well, would you like to step up here and guarantee a third straight to start this off, Coach?
All right. I'm going to guarantee one thing, that we're going to enjoy this all summer long. It's a wonderful group of guys, Brandon. I mean, I could never be prouder of a group of guys that have worked this hard. I mean, it took 115 games for us to get this job done. And we had a challenge. We talked a lot about it. They worked and they won it, and you got to give them credit for that.
Matt, I want to ask you tactically, what did you do at halftime to ignite that tremendous spurt in the third quarter?
Well, we just talked about being precise, Brandon. I thought we lost a lot of patience and poise the last 6 minutes of the second period, but we came out precise and efficient and defensive oriented, and that got us going.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Magic.
Yes!
Your reaction now, back to back, and your feelings.
Well, it's unbelievable, really. I can't believe we just did it. I think we worked so hard, though. Utah, Dallas, and now this.
World
Isiah, tell me your thoughts now. I know how hard you've worked for this. Come on over here where everybody can see. This means so much to Isiah Thomas. Put it into your words for us now.
You know how they always tell you, strive to be the best you can be and try to get everything out of yourself that you can as a basketball player, your potential. This is what it means. It means that I got the best out of myself as a small guy in this league, and that's all I can ask for.
All right. Well, the man next to us here who helped us so much, Coach Chuck Daly. Coach, congratulations. An unbelievable performance by this team.
Really, all on the defensive end, which is basically just hard work. It was unfortunate the Lakers lost a couple people, but that's a fact of life. This club deserves to win it. We won all 4 series on the road. We deserve to win the championship. Great group of guys.
A very gracious moment here as Magic Johnson has come inside the Pistons locker room. Joe Dumars, the MVP, and your longtime friend, Isiah Thomas.
Well, I was just telling them that they earned it and deserve it. They played well, outstanding. We just couldn't contain them. They've been playing great defense all along. Isiah said from the beginning, he told me that they had started off to win the best record, and they did that, and it helped them to have the home court advantage, and they had a chance. And he don't have to talk to me about it to find out what it's like now. Now he knows himself.
Grandpa has passed the torch. Joe, I've got a moment to get you over here, and just such a solid, gutty performance on your part. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. We worked hard for it. That was our purpose coming into this season. From day one, we wanted to get here, and here we are.
I know that also you have some thoughts about your father, how difficult it was for you to play through this. Can you share some of those with us?
Yeah, my father's sick. He's back in Louisiana. I know they're all watching back there. They're rooting for us 100%. The ring goes to him.
Thank you very much.
The left side of the lane right now. So Detroit must be careful. They're not playing the guy out of bounds. They're not going to allow a long pass. 0.7 of a second. There's the shot. And the game's over. And the Pistons have won the World Championship. Back to back.
Isiah Thomas was unanimously voted MVP
Isiah, congratulations.
Thanks, Pat.
Is this one sweeter than the last one?
Oh, yeah, it's much sweeter because we had our work cut out for us. Everybody doubted us all season long, and it was a tough road. Anytime you go back-to-back, we won the only 3 teams to ever do it in history, and this is a special team, very special team.
I can't see anything. Chuck Daly, come here.
How are you?
The Daily Double you got. Congratulations.
I got the Daily Double.
You've been hyping these T-shirts for a year.
I'm not worried about T-shirts. I'm so happy because we worked so hard, and I wanted this one more than any of the last 3 trips. I don't know why. Just because I love it. These guys have worked so hard to do it.
Will you be back next year to try it again?
You never know what's going to happen. I don't know. I haven't made any decision.
What did you think when Vinny's shot went in?
Hell, he's done it all his life.
Got to get your hair right. Wait.
Vinny Johnson, the hero of the game, it took you a while to find your shot, but you finally found it at the right time.
Oh, couldn't have came at a better time, you know, but I hung in there. I had guys like Coach Malone here who stuck by me 100%, kept on telling me to shoot it. Bill Lambert said, hey, I don't care if you miss 500 in a row, I'm still with you. And, you know, when guys tell you things like that, hey, you know, you get a lot of confidence from that.
How many times in your life have you looked for a shot like that? All the times on the playgrounds, you're talking it up, you're saying, Vinny, with no time in the clock goes in. How many times do you do that?
Well, I tell you, I do it a lot on the court, you know, when it doesn't count, but I've never been in that situation before, and for it to happen to me in this situation for us just winning this championship.
There's the shot now.
It's a great feeling.
Did you know it was going in?
It felt good. I got good grip on my jumper, and I followed through real good, and it just fell for me. I was lucky.
Congratulations.
And the Chicago Bulls have won their first ever NBA championship. The Bulls, greeted by a portion of this foreign crowd as they try to get back to their locker room. For the Lakers, a different story. The Chicago Bulls' domination of this series has to be considered a major surprise. Mike, there was no reason to believe that the Lakers would fall apart so dramatically.
I think it was a combination of things. I'm not quite sure that everyone gave the Bulls the credit they deserved throughout the season. I think everyone felt the balance of power was in the West this year, that Portland, in fact, was the best team, and when the Lakers got by them, that the Lakers then were just going to put the Bulls away. But the Bulls team was a deceiving team. They did it with a very intricate offense in the half-court area, the ability to score in transition, and then the great team defense.
And Michael Jordan has answered a couple of questions. There have been doubters over the years whether a team led by Jordan could win a championship, and it is so rare for a team that has a scoring champion to go the distance.
And very similar to what happened to Detroit as they learned along the way. They lost to Boston in the Garden on the errant pass by Isiah. Came back the following year, put Boston away, went on to the finals. They lose to the Lakers, but learn a lesson. They come back and win 2 world championships back-to-back. The Bulls have learned their lessons well. They've grown up. They win a championship.
The celebration has begun in the Chicago locker room, and they are celebrating in Chicago as the Bulls take the Lakers in 5.
Michael Jordan is the unanimous MVP. He got all 11 votes. Here we are with Michael, surrounded by his mom and his dad and wife. Under the hat, that wasn't fair, but I'm covered with champagne. I can hardly see. Michael, what does it mean to you?
It means so much. I mean, not just for me, but for the team, for the whole city. It's been a 7-year struggle. I mean, when I first got into Chicago, we started at the bottom, and every year we just worked harder and harder until we got to it. And, you know, it's so gratifying. You know, I'm appreciated so long in my life, you know, for my family, for my kids, everything. It's the most proud day I've ever had.
We read that when they broached the subject of the I'm going to Disney World commercial to you, you said only if all my teammates are involved.
Yeah, I wanted that to happen, you know, for them. You know, they deserve it. Whatever I get, whatever financial situation I get from that, I'm gonna spread it amongst the team. I didn't want it. I want the team to have it. I want everybody to prosper from this whole event. You know, it took a team to get to this point.
Is there a sense of completeness and fulfillment for you now that might not have been there for all your other achievements before?
Well, I wanted to get here. If I never got here, I would never have been disappointed about my career. But it caps it off. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the city. I'm just happy that I was able to be a part of history in the city of Chicago.
Is there a feeling of a passing of the torch, Magic Johnson, to you? And did you have any words with him toward the end of the game?
Well, I know we expressed our love for each other and the love of competition. He thanked me. He certainly was very glad for me. But passing the torch, I mean, the NBA has got so many players that represents them, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And I think besides myself, David Robinson, Charles Barkley, all these other guys, is going to carry the label of the NBA from now on, and I'm just glad I'm a part of it.
Do you have a quick thought about your husband's feats of daring do here?
I'm just very proud of him, and I'm excited that they won the championship, and Chicago's very excited. He deserved everything.
What are you going to do next? How are you going to spend your off-season?
With my family, play a lot of golf if she lets me. So I'm just going to relax and enjoy this.
Paxson with the rebound. Tide running down. The Chicago Bulls have won the NBA championship for the second straight season. Chicago Bulls coming from behind. They were down by as many as 17, and they have defeated the Portland Trailblazers 97-93 to take the series in 6. The last team to win a title in Chicago, the 1963 Chicago Bears.
Phil, is it possible to evaluate which of these two championships required more of your coaching skill?
No. These players last year took it on themselves. This year, everybody had to dig it out to win. And this game tonight was typical of a team comeback, and we had to play great team ball to win.
How about the lineup you went with during a stretch where you outscored them 14-2 with Michael on the bench? Williams and Hansen, and thank you very much.
All right, Rob. Yes, it was a lineup in which we just had to get some energy out there. We were tired. Our defense wasn't stepping up. We needed some energy from their kids, and they came out and really helped us go.
Hang on, Cliff. Scotty, there had been some criticism of you not playing up to last year's form. You were big in the 7th game against the Cavaliers. You were huge, especially in the 4th quarter tonight.
But I've been always able to bounce back, and I think my teammates is a big part of that because they've always been behind me and helped me, when the critics were down on me. That's why I really appreciate this championship now.
That's
I really get a lot of critics off my back.
Baby.
I still got a few more months of the Olympics to deal with it, but I just appreciate my teammates being able to step forward and help me out.
Michael, you told me the other night in Portland, this one would be more relief. The other one was exhilaration. You still feel the same?
It is, man. It's just so gratifying for me personally. I went through a lot of hard times this year, but I stayed strong. Everybody supported me. And we played well today. I'm glad for Bobby Hansen. He was the only guy that didn't have it. I'm glad for him.
There were stretches in the playoffs where you had to carry your team. You were the high scorer again tonight, but you got help, especially from Scotty.
Everybody contributed. Scotty was a real big emphasis in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and I had a rough first half, but these guys carried us, and I was able to get in there in the 4th quarter and help pull it through. So it was a good team effort.
I think, and this is the free throw that seals it. What was going through your mind at this moment?
If I don't make these free throws, they're gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. So I was really concentrating on it.
You started very slowly. I think you had 2 points in the 1st quarter, and the Trailblazers were all over you guys for 3 periods.
I know. I was going to be very passive and see how the other guys played early. But I got in a bad rhythm myself, and they played extremely well defensively, and somehow we got it going. And once we got it going, there was no stopping us.
Did you have a chance to say anything to Drexler or he to you?
No, I was too elated. I'm going to go over and say hello. Say thank you. It was a great competition. It was tough luck, but somebody had to lose. I'm glad it was us.
Johnson will inbound. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson he could not get it off. Knocked away by Grant. and it's all over. The Chicago Bulls with 3 straight NBA championships. A three-point shot by John Paxson, the game winner. The Bulls with a record low, only 12 points. In the fourth quarter, that is a NBA Finals record low, but it was enough.
Michael Jordan, when that buzzer went off, first jumped so high, but immediately had the presence to chase the basketball down into the crowd. Whoever had picked it up, he wanted that basketball, signifying the 3rd World Championship in a row, and he went after it and got it.
Michael, will allow you to speak first on behalf of your teammates.
Well, I think everybody put their effort out there. You know, from Corey Williams to Ed Neal, all the guys that were going to injury reserve. You know, this is a hard-fought three-peat. You know what I mean? It took a lot of work. A lot of times it looked kind of dim, but we stuck in there and we hung together as a team. And, you know, this is a reward of what the hard work does for you.
Thank you. The crowd here kind of blocks us from seeing the monitor. We'll try, but until Pax's winning three-pointer, you had all the points for the Bulls in the fourth quarter.
I knew Pax was going to make that. I just knew it whenever he got it. It was a great draw in. And, you know, for my part, I just try to do whatever I can. I hope you enjoy it, Bob. It feels good right now.
Is it joy, or is it relief, or is it a combination? This has been a great year, but a tough year.
It's both. You know, it's a relief. Plus, it's great to win. You know, I think we've gone through a lot. Me, personally, I've gone through a lot of ups and downs, but to cap it off this way means a lot to me, believe me.
I hate to make you look ahead, but you've talked about retirement in a year or two. Could you step aside if the streak is still intact?
No. You know, my love is strong for this game right now. That's how I'm looking at it, and I'm going to be here as long as my love is strong.
This has been, in many ways, your year with the Dream Team and with the certification in the minds of most now as the greatest to ever play the game. A final thought on what this means to you and your team.
Well, I think it means a lot to us. I mean, because we make history. Very few teams have done this. You know, especially when so much parity in the league right now. This is a major accomplishment for the franchise and for the team. And, you know, for me personally, you know, I think it was something that I was looking forward to separate myself from Magic and Bird. They never did it, and I did it. So that makes me, you know, feel special, I believe it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, let's go back to Pax. When it left your hand, your thoughts? I mean, you had the stroke going, no doubt about it.
I don't know. I mean, that's instinct. You catch and you shoot. I've done it hundreds of thousands of times in my life. So Horace gave me a good pass. We struggled that fourth quarter. I'm just glad I could do something about it.
You were spotting up the whole play. That was obvious. You just went to that spot.
Right. I was going to stay behind the three-point line in case something happened, and the ball just fell into Horace's hands. I got it. Unbelievable. I'm glad Chicago's got a third one. We're a city of champions.
Time running out on the New York Knicks. The Houston Rockets are the 1993-94 NBA champions. Celebrating with her husband, Rudy. And the city of Houston has won its first major championship. They have defeated the New York Knicks in 7. And eventually we will have the trophy presentation, and for the first time it will take place out on the court. That is, if they do clear the court here at the Summit. Hakeem Olajuwon will wear an NBA championship ring for the very first time. And it should be the hat-trick for Hakeem. Most valuable player during the regular season, the defensive player of the year, and undoubtedly the MVP of the finals. The Houston Houston Rockets, the third team in NBA history to come back after being down 3-2.
Is about to present the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy to Rockets owner Les Alexander, Coach Rudy Tomjanovich, and team captains Hakeem Olajuwon and Otis Thorpe. And now, Commissioner David Stern.
Two inspired teams showed America and the world about pride, hustle, and determination. But there can only be one champion. And congratulations to the 1994 NBA World Champion, Houston Rockets.
Well, Houston, you wanted this for so long, you finally got it. I'm proud to be a part of the team that got it for you. And when I say team, I mean it in the true sense of the word. These guys went out and did it together. We've got the best player in the league, but we've got a lot of great players. We couldn't have did it if we didn't do it together.
You play all year for home court advantage. Now the home team has won the last 20 straight seventh games. What did the summit mean tonight?
Well, it meant everything. These people have been so good to us. When we were down, they were down at the airport to pick us up. We love you!
Final seconds, Anderson. The Houston Rockets have won their second consecutive NBA championship. They have swept the Orlando Magic. Finish after going through a tumultuous season, including the major trade that was not well received at first. They persevered through Hakeem Olajuwon, bouts of anemia. They got through several injuries, plus they had to contend with the disrupting influence of Maxwell, who was no longer on the roster. Then they roared through the Western Conference, beating 60-game winning Utah. They knocked off 59-win Phoenix. After falling behind 3-1, they beat San Antonio. You're well aware the team with the best record of the NBA. This after losing 2 games at home, that even the series, and they cap it off by sweeping the Orlando Magic.
Let's turn to Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem, it is obviously a team victory, a second consecutive team victory. But can you allow yourself now in the aftermath to consider where you have vaulted to among the all-time NBA greats with this postseason run?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank God for the opportunity, for giving us this opportunity to win the championship again. And I'm just so happy, especially for Clyde, to win it for the first time. And for all the teammates, thank you so much, all the fans.
Let's bring Clyde Drexler in here. Clyde, 12 seasons in the league, 8 of them an All-Star. This was the 3rd trip to the finals, and the 3rd time was the charm.
This was great. How sweet it is.
Please don't drop it. Clyde, amid the pandemonium, can you express what this means to you? For most of the people surrounding you, it's the 2nd time. For you, it's the 1st, and it had been a long wait.
It's the 1st, and it's just a great thing to be a part of a class organization, to play with players like Hakeem, the guys on the team, Mario, Robert, Super Series, the coaching staff. Rudy T did a fantastic job from start to finish. And then, the guy who made it all possible, Leslie Alexander. Thank you.
Let's turn to Rudy T. Obviously, each is special. But I also think, let's let him have his moment. Let the crowd express their appreciation for him. I think it's fair to say that this year's team is a better basketball team than last year's. Why?
Well, I can't take anything away from last year. That was special. This is a new team, and
No one has ever done what this team's done. Come from the 6th seed, down in series. We won 9 road games, and we had non-believers all along the way. I have one thing to say to those non-believers. Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
We got some of the supporting cast who came up huge in this final series. Mario Ellie, Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell. Kenny, how much more gratifying is this than last year? Nobody gave you a chance to get out of the first round.
It's unbelievable. You know, I think that just the team overall, the way we stuck together, we believed in ourselves and the belief in the strength, and that's what really got us here. We got the two-headed backcourt, me and Sam. Like, right hand don't get you, the left hand will. Mario shooting threes. That's what it's all about.
You know, Kenny, you had the big game in Game 1, and it seemed like that right there may have been the turning point of the series, beating them in overtime on their home floor.
Well, it seemed like Game 1 took some momentum out of them, but overall, you know, it's really, like I said, just a great team effort. Everybody stepped up. You know, our families, mothers, father, wives, cousins, everybody here. There's no question. All right.
Mario, you and I talked about the game, how you really wanted to win this for Clyde Drexler, but you were critical of the trade when it first happened. Is there any way this team could have won the title without Clyde Drexler?
Not at all. Clyde came in, did a great job. He just wanted to fit in with the ball club. A lot of stuff was going on with the team at the time. A couple guys were frustrated. But once Dream got hurt, Clyde stepped his game up, and he fit in real well with us. And that 1-2 punch of him and Olajuwon really carried us to the championship.
Final second, the Chicago Bulls have won the 95-96 NBA championship. Make it 4 in 6 years as they defeat the Sonics 87-75. And they are going wild in the Windy City. Questions in terms of contract signing involving Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman. On the other side of the ledger, George Karl of the Seattle Sonics. We will have the presentation of the championship trophy in just a moment. An emotional moment for Michael Jordan. The tears are flowing. We'll be talking with Michael in just a few moments, and I would think there is a tie-in with his late dad on this Father's Day, 1996.
After the 2 losses in Seattle, was there even a tinge of worry coming in tonight?
We were never worried. We had these people to come home to, home crowd. That's right, home cooking. We knew we'd win it right here.
You've been around the game a long time. You've played with a storied team in the Knicks of the early 70s. You've coached 4 world champions. But this season was different than any other in NBA history, and the expectations were very high. Nothing but a championship would have sufficed.
You're right. The championship was placed on our heads the first day of camp. Dennis Rodman, addition to our basketball club. We've had a wonderful time doing it. It's been a joyful ride.
The atmosphere in this building speaks for itself. We don't want to put a damper on it in any way, but this is a question that has to be asked. Do you expect to be back here as you go for 2 in a row and 5 overall next year?
They want me back. If the management wants me back, I'll come back. It's got to be right. It'll be right.
And now let's go to Ahmad Rashad, who's with Michael Jordan.
All right, thanks, Bob. Michael, I know that the first one was sweet, but how much sweeter was this one?
Well, you know, I can't even put it in words. My Father's Day, what it means to me. I know he's watching. To my wife, and to my kids, and to my mother, my brothers and sisters. This is for Daddy. I'm very happy for him.
Now, you had said, Michael, that of all the accomplishments that you've made, that this may be the accomplishment. Why?
Well, this goes right up there to having my kids. My kids are the most important things to me, my wife, my family. But next to them, this is going to mean a lot to me because of what it symbolizes, which is my father on Father's Day. It means it means a big deal to me.
Now, you remember just a couple of years ago that early flight to Indiana where it all started. Now, all of a sudden, it looks like this is a culmination.
It's been a long road. You know, it started from scratch. You know, I had a lot of support from my teammates, from my family. I'm just happy for the city of Chicago. I'm sorry I was out for 18 months, but I'm happy I'm back to bring a championship back to Chicago.
I know this is what you're pointing for, but as we look back at the baseball, we were talking the other day that you've almost forgotten about that. Seems like years ago.
I haven't truly forgot it. You know, those minor leaguers meant a lot to me. They really got me back on the road of thinking basketball. They showed me the genuine attitude that you have when you're playing a sport that you truly love. So I give a lot of gratification to the minor league organization, the White Sox organization for giving me that inspiration, but it's always great to come back and play in Chicago.
All right, Michael, congratulations to you on a great year and way to bring it to a win.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go over to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. I'm here with Dennis Rodman. They're chanting your name now. Rodman, did you simply impose your will there in the third quarter with all those rebounds and 5 points?
Well, I just think, say one thing. I just thank Chicago for having me in the city, and a lot of people never gave me any credit to be in this situation where I am today, but I proved them all wrong again. So, you know.
Did you have some doubts? Did you think maybe, Dennis, this wouldn't work out as well as it has?
No, you know, I'm just happy to be here with somebody, with a city that likes to see someone work their ass off, and I just like to get back to the people.
Everybody wants to know about next year. There's been some questions. Do you feel as though you're going to be back here next year?
I don't know. It's just up to I promised the people one thing. I think I did it tonight. Hopefully that's what they want. You know.
What did Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and the guys say to you after you guys lost in Game 5? They specifically had some words for you. What were they?
No, you know, the referees seem to have a tendency to pick on somebody that's totally different, but I say screw them. I like to go out there and do what I have to do to win a ball game. If they don't like me, they're going to see me for the next 3 or 4 years in the league, baby.
Congratulations to you, Dennis.
Now probably they'll say now it's over. The clock did run out. The Utah Jazz indicating that there still should have been 6/10 of the second remaining. But the indication is it is all over. The Bulls have won the title by defeating the Jazz 90-86. It is bedlam here at the United Center.
Phil Jackson, so calm, so at peace with himself. And then the triumphant fist in the air. And he starts whistling, the true sign of a coach.
Alexander, MVP here in Chicago. That directed to Michael Jordan, who finished as the runner-up in the regular season for Karl Malone. The celebration continues here at the United Center in Chicago.
Well, it was obviously Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen carrying the offensive load, but they desperately needed their supporting cast, not with any mammoth numbers or anything like that, but just key plays here and there. They got it from Judd Bushler. They got it from Tony Kukoc on that last defensive play. And did they ever get it from Steve Kerr on the game-winning field goal?
And then when it was all over, Karl Malone goes by and congratulates Phil Jackson. An emotional moment there, very tough and disappointing. You don't get this far very many times. And then the two MVPs, Jordan and Karl Malone.
Who could it be? 5 finals, 5 championships, 5 MVPs. He showed us he's the best basketball player in the world. He's got the most courage we've ever seen. Congratulations, Michael Jordan, 1997 Finals MVP.
No, I didn't enjoy this journey. This was filled with injuries and suspensions, but we had a great run, didn't we? It was wonderful. Thank you. I want to take my hat off. Let me put it on. I want to take my hat off to the 2 leaders on this team, Scotty and Michael, who did a wonderful job.
Before you get out of here, Phil, see, it was so much fun this time. We're going to do it again next year?
Oh, man. I don't know. 3 times is nice. I know that. I can't remember when it was.
But you think you guys will get together and do it all again?
Oh, tough question to ask us right now. We're just enjoying what we're doing.
Celebrate. Go ahead and celebrate. Yeah. Michael, you're named MVP, but as you accepted the trophy, you said to Scotty that he was your MVP.
Scottie Pippen we're a tandem. It's hard to split us up. He means a lot to me when I go out and play on the basketball court. He relieves a lot of the pressure that I have to deal with. I try to do the same for him. It's hard to take this MVP by myself. He's got to take half of it. I take the trophy, he may get the car.
Scotty, the first one had to be real sweet. What about the 5th one?
This one is great. It was a lot tougher for us, a very difficult task to beat the Utah Jazz. We take our hats off to them. They gave us a hell of a series, but we stepped up as champions should do, and we brought it back home for number 5.
Yes.
Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their 2nd three-peat. When you lose by this narrow margin, speaking of the Utah Jazz, there are so many things to look back on. But the Howard Isley 3 that was taken away in the first half will eat at them all summer long. Jackson and Jordan, perhaps for the last time. Statistically, especially in terms of shooting percentage, Michael Jordan has had better games. But when you consider at age 35, the games he's played this year, the grinding minutes he's played, and Scottie Pippen being all but incapacitated tonight, and the fact that they're on the road, and the fact that the odds would shift to Utah's favor for a Game 7, yes, MJ rose again. Michael Jordan is as great a competitor as sports has ever seen. He also has an uncanny sense of theater. And as he makes his decision, he'll think about the fact that he could not ask for a better punctuation than this. He accepts a victory cigar from Jerry Reinsdorf to not only hit the winning basket, but have it be the last shot he takes this season, maybe the last he'll ever take in a Chicago Bulls uniform, to win the game and the championship by a point.
Big surprise, 6 championships, 6 MVPs. Michael Jordan, get over here. You grace us with your presence. You've contributed mightily to our league. And tonight you gave one of the singular performances in the history of the NBA Finals. Thank you and congratulations, 1998 NBA Finals MVP, Michael Jordan.
before, but somehow I have the feeling that this one is more special than all of them.
Well, let me say hello to my wife and my kids at home because they desperately wanted to come. I didn't want them to come here today because I wanted to focus on the game, but I wish they were here to help me celebrate. I know they're there cheering, and I can't wait to get home. But to the Utah fans, you guys are a tough bunch to play in front of. You guys came out with a lot of loyalty and respect for your team. You made it really tough for us. We really, after losing Game 5 in Chicago, a couple of us dread coming back to Utah because we had to deal with the fans because of the energy that they bring to the game. But we had no choice, so we had to come here and play our best, and you guys made it a very competitive finals, and it's very worthy to win this, and I think that of all the championships that we've won, this is the toughest.
Ward to a Kenny's three-way. He's underneath, trying to find some. The San Antonio Spurs have won their first NBA championship. 26 years coming, and the Knicks make them sweat for every bit of it.
And listen to the New York crowd cheer their team. Bob, they knew they were undermanned. Listen to this. This is a tremendous response to this crowd for the New York Knicks team and their effort. And let's take a look at San Antonio. Look at David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Mario Elie, Avery Johnson. See David Robinson getting a hug from his father there, Ambrose, his little son. What a moment for the Admiral.
Tim Duncan making home movies. For Duncan, a title in only his second year. And tonight, he scored 31 points, pulled down 9 rebounds, hit 12 of 22 from the floor. But for David Robinson, a long time coming. A decade in the league. 2 years before he came to the NBA, he was fulfilling his military obligation with the Naval Academy. So he waited 2 years, plus the 10. Sean Elliott, a couple of serious knee operations. Those are the 3 guys who could be called stars at various times of their careers. The rest of this Spurs team is a collection, and I say this with appreciation, of misfits and rejects and late bloomers.
And best friends, Avery Johnson and David Robinson. They've been through it all here in San Antonio. Apropos that Avery Johnson hit the jump shot on the baseline to give his team the 1-point win. This is 3rd stint with this team, Bob, before he got the championship.
He's one of those survivors, one of those knockaround guys, along with Mario Elie, a 7th-round pick who's played in 4 different leagues, in 4 different countries. Didn't debut in the NBA until he was 27. Greg Popovich, Air Force product, 5 years in the Air Force following his collegiate stint there, majored in Soviet studies. There's been some talk, which he won't confirm. He just gives you a wry grin that at one point he was ticketed for a slot with the CIA. Instead, he wound up bouncing around as a college coach and a pro assistant, now the coach and general manager of the NBA champions.
David, co-captain David Robinson, you've been through many coaches, many changes, and finally an NBA championship. What's it mean to you?
I'll tell you, to me, this is just it's a journey that just goes to show that hard work and persistence pays off, baby. I love these guys, and I tell you what, one thing I learned to do this year was trust the Lord through the whole thing. He blessed me, he blessed his team, he took us to the top, and if you learn anything from this, baby, learn that the Lord doesn't give up on his people, baby. He takes you all the way.
Who averaged 27 points and 14 rebounds to be the most valuable player of the 1999 NBA Finals, Tim Duncan.
That I've seen you show throughout this entire playoffs. But this has got to mean something for you.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody,
oh, man, this is incredible.
In the league, all of a sudden, you win the MVP award.
This is incredible. It feels so great out here. The teammates came out here, and we had a tough game, and now we pulled it out. We kept our focus throughout, and we wanted to finish it now, and we did. We did a great job with it.
All right, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back over to Bob Costas.
Well, the Knicks used their last-second miracles in earlier series. Houston versus the Heat. Larry Johnson, the impossible 4-point play against the Pacers. Tonight, the law of averages and the Spurs caught up with New York.
One thing you started a couple years ago was trying to make this team a lot tougher. They are hard as nails right now. They fought right till the end. Your thoughts about winning and the way that your team has done it?
They've been a great crew, winning the way they have and doing it with stops and with some mental toughness. We're thrilled about that. But the bottom line here, Steve, is Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott, and David Robinson. How could you not be thrilled for those three guys who've been laboring so long? That's what this is all about.
You know, you have been with those guys and you have told them that if we stay tough and stay strong, good things will happen. Was there ever any doubt? Did you ever see any doubt in their mind? And they were saying, Pop, you know, you've lost it.
Well, they always think I've lost it a little bit. They think I'm a little crazy, but because of their character, they've stuck with everything we've tried to do, and they've gotten it done.
Jackson looking to throw it in against Shaq. Reggie turns and pumps it up off the rim, and the Lakers are the 2000 NBA champions. The two old rivals, Magic and Larry.
Bob, I said to Shaq the other day, I said, Shaq, you can be the MVP of the finals, the MVP of the regular season, the MVP of the All-Star game, the leading scorer, all these things, what does that make you? And he said, that makes me the big legendary. And he's had a legendary season. He has been absolutely amazing.
Ahmad is with Kobe.
Thanks, Bob Kobe. The other night you had a dream, and it happened to come through tonight.
Yeah, it came true tonight. We worked so hard. It was a hard-fought game, and we finally got a championship, and it feels great.
Now, for your 21 years, you said you've always dreamed of winning a championship. Is it what you dreamed of?
Oh, it's everything and more. I mean, you have the Laker colors falling from the ceiling, and the fans going crazy. I got the hat on and everything, covering my throat. That feels great.
Now, if you had to think of one thing that really got you guys over the hump, that really pushed you to this point, what would have been this season?
It's just determination, and PJ did an excellent job, him and his coaching staff, and Shaq was marvelous all season long, and our bench was great, and we just pulled it all together.
In a game like tonight, where you had to go away from the triangle in the second half to break down the defense, that's what you had to do.
Yeah, we just had to break them down. That's all. I was just creating, similar to the Game 4 situation. I was just penetrating, creating, getting to the gaps. Robert Ory made some big shots. Fox hit a big three, and we won the game.
No feeling quite like this, is it?
Woo, I love it. I can't wait to do it again.
Championships. Can you compare this to any of the other ones?
Only in that this is first of many, just like it was before.
Coach Jackson, we've done this many times.
Yes, Ahmad. It's always sweet.
2 as a player, 6 as a coach. How sweet is this one?
This is for LA, the Staples Center. What a way to start a millennium.
You have won everything this past season, but I think it all pales in comparison of winning this championship.
First of all, I want to thank Phil Jackson, the real coach of the year. And I want to thank you fans in the Staples Center. Forget what everybody say. This is the best arena right here. The Staples Center is the loudest arena right here. I just want to say thank y'all for believing in us, and we're going to get one next year too. And my teammates, I love y'all. I love my teammates.
All right, Shaq, you've called yourself the big luggage, the big Aristotle. How about the big champion?
Big champion. Thank you, LA. Appreciate you. Love you.
All right, congratulations on a great season. Enjoy it.
Robert, what did you say to your teammates? You have been a champion before with the Houston Rockets. What did you say to these guys about closing out Game 4?
I said you got to take advantage of all your opportunities. You can't go to Game 7. You got to play as hard as you ever played. Act like this is Game 7. And tonight was very fortunate to come out and win.
Everybody said that this series would have been decided the winner of the West. What about the Indiana Pacers? They put up one of the tremendous fights in finals history.
Pacers got a great team. You know, it's two different styles of ball. You know, the West is finesse. Indiana's like power. And, you know, you really can't go by how the guys in the West play because a lot of times, you know, we play really well and sometimes we don't. But tonight, the West showed that they're still the best. They're going to be the best for a while.
Just looking to run it down. That's the way it's gone for the Lakers, who finish with a 15-1 run. The best all-time playoff winning percentage in the history of the league.
Jackson congratulating the various teams. You know, a sign of respect to Dikembe Mutombo, but what a moment. I can't even imagine. Phil Jackson, 8 championships. What he has done as a coach, this team, they have responded. What a moment for the city of Los Angeles and for these Los Angeles Lakers. Come in here and win 3 straight games on the road. A magnificent finish to an unbelievable playoff run.
2 consecutive MVPs. Congratulations, Shaquille O'Neal, the 2001 Finals MVP.
Shaq, last year, when you won the championship, it was a very emotional moment for you. How about this time?
This time was fun. It's business. I want to thank my teammates for always looking out for me, always throwing me the ball, always, helping me play well. I want to thank my parents for helping me raise well. I want to thank this guy right here for always staying on me and, just helping me play hard.
An incredible run through the playoffs. How did you guys get that momentum heading into them?
Well, I have great teammates, and I knew all along that if we kept everybody involved, that, these guys was going to step up for me. And this is my second ring, and I couldn't do it without D-Fish, Harp, Ty Lue, Penn Berthy, Slava, JR, all my teammates.
All right, I want to ask you a question, Phil. I know you like staying in the moment, but if you will, 8 championships. What about this one?
Surreal. This one is really surreal. It's, we were in a situation where we said, hey, we're not going to hit 60 wins. These guys kept believing they're going to win 18 in a row to get to 60 wins. I said, just play it one at a time and go from there, and they did it. They were great at the moment, yeah.
A great team right now. Any predictions for next year?
I will wait till October to make those predictions.
All right, we have Kobe Bryant back, and Kobe, congratulations for a second time. What's it like to finally achieve this dream here in Philadelphia, something you had wanted your entire life in your home city?
Well, it was nice to come back to Philadelphia and play in a place where I kind of hone my competitive skills. And, I joked around a lot with the city of Philadelphia as far as me being an LA boy, this, that, and the other. But it was fun to come back to Philly and play for the championship.
You're 22 years old. You've won 2 of these. Does this mean more than the first one?
The first one is always very special because you're proving to people that you can do it. The second one is like you're proving that it's not a fluke. The series against San Antonio, 2 champions going head up and winning back-to-back definitely feels great.
Considering everything that you have been through this year, Kobe, do you consider this some form of a relief? And did you almost have your spirit broken at your lowest point?
Well, I had so much going on outside of the game of basketball that people didn't know about, and it just felt good to pull through the season, to come through with another championship. It definitely feels good.
Can you tell us what some of that was now? Are you willing to discuss that?
No, not really. I mean, it was just, it was hard, but without stress, there's no progress.
When you went out for 11 games, did that give you an opportunity to gather yourself and to come back with a different focus and to try and put everything that had gone on in front of you behind you?
Well, I think having the time off really helped me put things in perspective and to find out what's important in my life. Basketball, it's a big part of my life, but it's not the thing. And I was able to focus on the game. A lot of the credit goes to my wife for not only putting up with but supporting my work ethic. Because I work all day consistently, and she supported me, and a lot of credit goes to her.
Final thought, Jerry West. I know he's meant an awful lot to you. He's not a part of this celebration. How instrumental was he in patching things up with you and Shaq?
Well, Jerry was just, he's an inspiration, period. He's the NBA logo for crying out loud. But no, Jerry's always been there for me from day one. And, we had a conversation during the season, and he helped me put things in perspective from the game standpoint. And Shaq and I patched things up and went out there and, won another title.
Kobe, congratulations. We appreciate your time. Great year.
Thank you. Can I go celebrate now?
Absolutely, you can. Go get some celebration. We're going to have a lot more coming up here from the First Union Center. The Los Angeles Lakers have now won back-to-back championships, their 13th championship overall. We'll be back.
What class? The Los Angeles Lakers have made it 3 straight NBA championships. They wrap it up in the 4-game sweep by beating the Nets 113 to 107. And Phil Jackson has equaled Red Auerbach's record of 9 NBA titles. Shaquille O'Neal, no question, the most valuable player of this series, becoming the 3rd player to win the NBA Finals MVP award 3 times. Only the 2nd player to win it 3 consecutive times. The other, Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant coming up big in the 4th quarter. 11 of his 25 in the 4th. Shaq, 34 points, 10 rebounds. Kenyon Martin leading the Nets with 35.
Dr. Buss, 8 championships. 8 championships, 3 in a row. You had to be proud of this particular ball club.
I'm very, very proud of it. You know, when you win a lot of championships back in the 80s, you wonder if that's ever going to repeat in your life. To build another championship team like this, I'm so proud of these guys, I can't even tell you. The fans in LA, I wish every one of them could be here at this moment. It's just a shame we couldn't win it on our own home floor. But I know everybody's watching. We love you. That team loves you. And keep supporting us.
All right, congratulations. Phil, no one knows more about three-peats more than you. This is your 2nd time doing it. How tough was it to keep the focus on this team this year?
Well, these dogs went to work and they worked real hard this year, but they got it up in the playoffs and we got challenged.
Shaq, it was a tough year for you. Starting on the playoffs, you weren't really yourself. How did you bring it all together down the stretch?
First of all, I want to say congratulations to Jason Kidd, the real MVP of the regular season. You know, it was tough, but, you know, my teammates, you know, they looked for me. Phil stayed on me, my father stayed on me, mother stayed on me, so I'm just happy.
Now, you told me that for you, it's all about winning championships now.
That would be correct.
So it's got to be special for you to win it here in front of your hometown fans.
Yes, Newark, New Jersey, Brick City, where I was born and raised. I'd like to thank the Jersey people. Love you.
All right. Thank you very much, Bob. Kobe, congratulations to you. You now become the youngest man at 23 to win 3 titles. How does that grab you? What does that represent to you?
That's, you know, it's a blessing. I've been blessed and I've been fortunate to play with a great organization. To be the youngest player ever to win 3, that's, you know, it's an incredible accomplishment.
Did you have a feeling when you beat the Sacramento Kings that you guys had won the championship?
No, you know, the feeling that we had is, you know, we had a lot of momentum, obviously. We were starting to play well together, offensively and defensively. We felt like we were going to finals with a lot of momentum.
How is it that you managed in the 4th quarter to kind of turn things on, that you kind of glided at least in the first 3 quarters in this series? In the 4th quarter, you just were the man who closed the hatch?
I mean, you know, the 4th quarter is, you know, when the game's on the line. So even though, you know, I might not be shooting the ball, extremely well, the 4th quarter I can turn it up a little bit.
And what about this guy right here, the man who saved the season? What are your thoughts about Robert Horry when he made that shot in Game 4?
Big shot, Rob. He knocks it down. The game's on the line. He gets his kickstand going. You know, you can count it. That's buckets. He's not going to miss that.
You wore the number 23 in here tonight representing Michael Jordan in your jersey parade. Why?
You can't have a collection of jerseys and not have MJ in it. That doesn't make any sense.
Kobe, thank you for all your cooperations. Congratulations.
You got it.
There's no greater joy than being a father when your father can watch you and your 3 kids can look on and your career comes to a close with a championship on Father's Day. It don't get much better than that. Nobody believed at the beginning of the season that San Antonio would be in this situation. Many thought they were a couple more years away. But with the old veterans and the young crew combined, and those 2 guys, anything was possible, and they proved it tonight.
Only Magic Johnson was younger than Tony Parker when he won his first NBA title. You watched the Spurs in 1999. You watched them win a title. What did you think watching that?
That was amazing, you know. It's nothing compared to winning a championship, you know. When I started in 99, I said, oh, I hope one day it happened to me. And 3 or 4 years after, it's my turn, so I'm just blessed, you know. It's like a dream for me.
Do you think this should shut anybody up who says that Jason Kidd needs to go to the Spurs?
We'll see. We'll see. I hope they keep me now that we got the ring now.
Typical Greg Popovich, letting the players enjoy the moment. You are one of very few men, just a dozen, to have won 2 NBA championships as a head coach. Is this one any more satisfying than the one in '99?
Each one is wonderful in its own way, and neither one of them would have happened except for one thing. We got the greatest guys in the world.
Congratulations, Pop.
Most valuable player of the 2003 NBA Finals. Congratulations, Tim Duncan.
Tim, not only do you go out this season with the regular season and the Finals MVP, you become the first man in 10 years to have a triple-double in the NBA Finals in a single game. Was tonight any tougher than any of the other games along the way in this series?
Absolutely, it was. Those guys didn't want to go home. They didn't want to give up, but our team stuck with it. Our guys were incredible tonight. We played the whole way through. Just a lot of credit to our guys.
Same thing I asked Pop. Is this one any sweeter than '99?
It is, because it's now.
A word about your running mate, the other 7-footer, David Robinson, as he says goodbye.
Yeah, I hate to see him go. We're going to try to talk him into coming back another year, but I don't know if that's going to work.
Congratulations, Tim Duncan. Does anybody want to hear from David Robinson? Where are you, David? David Robinson, a champion on Father's Day on your way out, your dad, your kids here. You couldn't write a better script. What words to the fans in San Antonio and those watching around the world as you say goodbye to the NBA as a player?
Everybody here in San Antonio especially knows what I'm going to say. Man, I just praise the Lord because he carried us through this year. He gave us a solid foundation. And I'll tell you what, I will give Peter Holt, Greg Popovich, RC, credit for bringing in some fantastic guys. We played together. We won this thing together. Man, I love these guys. They're awesome.
It has happened. It's happened, Detroit. You believed in this team, and they have delivered a 3rd NBA World Championship to the Motor City. An incredible story written by this Piston team this year.
What's a sweeter victory than the NBA championship?
Nothing.
Your 2004 NBA champion Detroit Pistons. Congratulations, and here's the trophy.
The feeling you have right now, nothing in the world of sports compares with a championship.
The 2004 NBA Finals MVP, #1, Chauncey Billups.
Who else we got to beat?
We got to go back to retro teams and beat the 96 Bulls.
I mean, is there anything else they want us to do?
The 87 Lakers.
Is there anybody else we got to beat to prove that we're good? Everybody out there,
let me talk now. Y'all been talking long enough. Time for me to talk. Told you we was gonna do it. Bet ya.
Everybody deserves this, not just me. I wish I could cut it into 13 pieces and give it a little bit to everybody.
First day was 98% of the people out there who didn't believe in us, but guess what? David conquered Goliath. How about no practice tomorrow? We ain't gonna run with it. You don't want to do film or nothing?
And the San Antonio Spurs with tough defense, and Tim Duncan answering a lot of questions and erasing any doubt about coming up big when you have to come up big. And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
20 points a game, 14 rebounds a game, and a lot of intangibles that demonstrate his heart. It is my pleasure to present the most valuable player trophy to none other than Tim Duncan. Where are you?
Magic, Jordan, Shaq, and you, 3-time MVPs of the NBA Finals. First, your thoughts on this series and how tough Game 7 was for this team.
This trophy is definitely an honor, but this team has so many MVPs. There's so many different guys here just laid it on the line. Bruce, Mano, Tony, these guys just laid it on the line every night, and we couldn't have made this far without any one of them, so every one of them's an MVP.
Tim, you played in Game 5 with great heart, and tonight, after people asked for more Tim Duncan, more from Tim Duncan, to do things out of your personality, you dominated the second half of this game. How personally did you take things that were said coming into this game?
I didn't listen to anything that was said. I know what I wanted to do for myself, for my teammates. I wanted to come out here and give my best effort. And things didn't go well at some times, but I pushed through everything. They continued to feed me the ball, and things happened.
Obviously, David Robinson was such a great part of the first two. The cast has changed slightly, yet you're back at the top of the mountain. Being the leader of this team, is it any sweeter to win this championship?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We fought for this thing. This is such a long year for us. Guys fought so hard. 7-game series. Guys showed up tonight. It was incredible.
The MVP of the NBA Finals, Tim Duncan.
Shoot a 3. Right, this is smart now. Are you going to foul? Terry puts it up. Won't go. Rebound Wade. The Miami Heat, they've done it. They win their first championship in franchise history. The Miami Heat with 2006 NBA championships. Champions, and they do it on the road. What an impressive performance here in Game 6, Hubie. Pat Riley wins his 5th championship. Shaquille O'Neal with his 4th championship as the Heat defeat the Mavericks 95-92 in Game 6 to win this best-of-7 series 4-2. After losing the first 2, they come back and win 4 straight. Again, win their first title in franchise history, and the emotions flowing for the Miami Heat. Pat Riley's first title since 1988. Alonzo Mourning with his first title.
Shaquille, what were you thinking when those final seconds ticked off?
I wasn't thinking anything. My family, my wife, and the great Pat Riley told us we were going to win today. I didn't have the best of games, but anyway, he's been having my back all year. He's the best player ever, and we did it. I knew we was going to win today. I couldn't sleep last night. Couldn't sleep today, but I knew we was going to win today.
Wait, you said you knew. How did you know?
All my kids told me, my wife told me, my mother told me, my father told me. And I've been, dreaming of this day ever since I, left LA. I wanted to get at least 1 or 2 more. But the great Pat Riley told us on 6/8 that we was going to win on 6/20. True story. He told us on June 8th that the first time we have an opportunity to win will be on 6/20, and we're going to win it on 6/20.
Now, Now, given everything and how it transpired in Los Angeles, why is this one, number 4 for you, why is this one so special?
I'm not really worried about that. I'm just, here to, represent my family and, play the game and, just try to be the best player ever. Now I got 4, so now I can start working on number 5.
He averaged 7.8 rebounds and 3.8 assists. He was very much the heart of an extraordinary team, and I do mean team. Congratulations, 2006 MVP, Dwyane Wade.
Dwyane, congratulations. What's going through your mind?
First of all, I just want to thank God for giving us the strength, the courage, the tenacity to fight through all the doubters all year and come out on top. So I just want to give God all the praise for this.
Are you surprised at all how Dallas tried to defend you in this series?
No, not at all, man. I done seen all the defenses. My coaches do a great job of getting me prepared. My teammates do a great job of spacing the court and making shots so I can do what I do. And this is a team award, just like this is a team championship.
People can tell you what that championship ring is like. Coach Riley can tell you, Shaq can tell you. Now you have that feeling. What is that feeling like?
Man, it's one of the best feelings next to my wife and my son. It's one of the best feelings I ever had in my life. So I'm going to live it up.
And for the 3rd time in 5 years, and the 4th time in their rich history, the San Antonio Spurs are NBA World Champions. The Spurs have swept the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they are out at center court mobbing one another.
The debate begins as the Spurs, perhaps the new dynasty in sports.
San Antonio Spurs win the World Championship.
To be there and get that trophy, it's an unbelievable feeling.
To the MVP of the 2007 NBA Finals, Tony Parker, we say congratulations and bon chance.
Watched him grow so much, and he come in here as a teenager and watch him develop and struggle and get screamed at and respond, and to see him perform at that level and to get the award, and I was very proud of him.
A couple of things to say. One, I'm so proud of you guys for playing for 48 minutes every game throughout the entire playoff. I mean, you earned this. You deserve it. Really happy for you. But there's a couple of things I got to say. Number one, we're going to practice some next week because
That's 3. Hey, that's 3. Woo! That's 3. 3's not easy. No, 3's not easy. 3's not easy at all. And 5 years, woo, it's tough. Real tough. Especially with Coach Pop.
After a 22-year absence, the Boston Celtics are NBA champions once again. The greatest single-season turnaround in NBA history is complete. Banner number 17, soon to be raised to the rafters. Let's go to Michelle Tafoya.
I have been usurped, but Kevin, 11-time All-Star, League MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Now it's time to add to your resume, NBA champion. How does that sound?
so hyped right now. Anything's possible. Anything's possible! Oh my God!
What does top of the world feel like, Kevin?
Man, I'm so happy right now. I'm not finna sleep for a week. I'm not finna. Ray Allen had a great game. Paul Pierce, everybody. I can't even take all this, man, but I'm certified. I'm certified. Michelle, you look good tonight, girl.
One more, Kevin. To do this, you talked about Minnesota, you talked about that, but to do this in Boston with a franchise this storied against a franchise like the Lakers, what does that mean to you? You're a student of the game.
You have to understand when you come here, it's a lot of responsibility that comes with putting this great jersey on. I'm just happy that we carried our tradition. What you gonna say now? What can you say now? Made it, Bob!
Doc, when you got these collection of guys together, training camp, your first meeting with them, what did you tell them?
Defense. I said defense. We played defense. We're going to win a world championship, and that's exactly what they did. They were phenomenal all year. They played like a team all year.
MVP of the 2008 NBA Finals is Paul Pierce.
This is your 10th year in the NBA. All your career, you have dreamed about winning a championship. How does the dream compare with reality?
This is unreal. This is unreal, just where we came from a year ago, where I was at. To be here today celebrating with my teammates, putting a stamp on what a great year it was this year. I'm just happy that Doc, the ownership, my teammates, everybody, the city of Boston stuck with me throughout all the hard times. I know we didn't have a lot of great years, but you guys right here, you guys stuck with me. And now we bring home champion 17.
Paul Pierce is the captain of the team. Kevin Garnett is the emotional leader of the team. Yet when both were asked earlier this year who they would want to take the championship winning shot, they both said you. What does that mean to you?
We just have a great balance here in this lineup between those two guys. It seems like everything's worked out all year. We respect each other, and we're here sitting on championship 17. Thank you, Boston.
That have been here throughout the arena, ready to celebrate a championship. There's the final seconds. As the buzzer sounds, it's official. The Lakers are NBA champions once again. LA wins the 2009 NBA title. Those two came in the league at the same time. Two rookies with the LA Lakers, as they've now won their 4th championship together. And for the franchise, the 15th NBA championship. Only the Celtics have more with 17.
Congratulations, pal.
Thank you.
A year ago, you took your fair share of criticism for the loss to Boston in the finals.
Right.
Tell me what kind of motivation that loss and that criticism provided you for this season.
Well, it was definitely the motivation came from the loss, not from the criticism. So this year we worked so hard as a team, as a group, as individuals to be here today and to win this amazing thing. So It's a great feeling, obviously, and we're extremely happy.
You were labeled soft after that loss a year ago, pal, but you took on multiple challenges defensively throughout the course of the playoffs, including maybe the most imposing big man in the NBA today. What kind of satisfaction does your defensive efforts provide?
Amazing, amazing. I think my team counted on me to stop a lot of the guys that were a danger in the post, and I think I did very well. I think I held my ground. I made a big difference in the games, and I'm just proud of my teammates, proud of all the work that we put in, proud of all the organization, the coaching staff, my family, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful day.
More NBA championships as a coach now than any man ever. When the clock went to triple zeros, what's the first thought that ran through your mind?
It's surreal to watch this thing count down, see these guys out on the floor carry the day. They did such a good job in the second half, from actually the middle of the second quarter, carrying this game home. It's all about them.
How did you coach this team differently than the first 3 times you won the championship with the Lakers?
Well, that team had to learn. This team has been a learned team, their experience.
You once described your relationship with the late, great Red Auerbach as competitive. You've now passed him on the list of all-time championships for a coach with 10. What does that achievement mean to you?
I'll smoke a cigar tonight in memory of Red. He was a great guy. I'll smoke a cigar in memory of him.
I see the hat with the Roman numeral 10 on top of your head.
Thank you.
What's that mean to you?
Kids.
From your kids?
Yeah, my kids made this up, so here's to them. My family really gave me great support.
The MVP of the 2009 NBA Finals, who averaged 32 points plus, who averaged almost 6 rebounds and 7 assists a game, Kobe Bryant.
Congratulations, Kobe Bryant, your 4th NBA championship. You go back to a year ago this time. The Boston Celtics beat you all. What was your focus from that moment to this moment?
Well, we knew we had to become a better defensive team consistently. Better defensively, better on the boards. And, that's what that series last year taught us. And we came back this year with a renewed focus.
Everybody, critics, fans, the media, we've all speculated why this title means something different than the other 3. We don't want to speculate anymore. Why?
Well, just for the challenge of it. I mean, it's so tough, to win championship, they have to start over from scratch. I mean, we started over from scratch, and, here we are again, and this really feels like a dream. I mean, it doesn't even feel real right now. It's unbelievable.
With a minute 12 left, you guys are up by 11. We saw you on the bench during a timeout, and you were gnawing on your fingernails. What were you thinking then?
I just couldn't wait for the clock to go down. I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for the time to expire so this moment can finally be here.
During this whole finals, really during the whole playoff run, we've seen you at press conferences with very short, clipped answers. You've had a scowl on your face. What does winning this mean for you right now?
This means everything. I mean, we really work so hard as a group. We sacrifice so much. We put in so much time, so much effort, and, it just feels unbelievable to get here with a group of guys that are like brothers to me, and, we can all enjoy this together.
How are you different as a man and a player than you were 7 years ago, the last time you won a championship?
I think you just get better. You just grow as a person, you grow as a man, and, you just try to figure out the best way to lead these guys.
Kicks it out to Odom. Odom throws it ahead. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions. Such emotion on the floor here at the Staples Center as the Lakers win their 16th title. And this has to be one of the sweeter ones as they defeat the Celtics finally in a Game 7 and are now just
one title behind Boston for the most NBA championships. Now, what a hard-fought, physical Game 7 this was. Had to come back from 13 down in the second half. Pau Gasol, the emotions flowing as he wins his second straight championship.
Well, first off, I want to thank everybody in my hood. Thank the Worldwide Warriors, Rockfell, my wife, Tim, my family, my kids, everybody. I definitely want to thank my doctor, Dr. Sandy, my psychiatrist. She really helped me relax a lot. Thank you so much. It's so difficult to play. All this stuff. There's so much commotion going on in the playoffs, and she helped me relax. I thank you so much.
Ron, you were able to
knock down that three.
Yes,
just like
that was
you
a
told me.
huge shot, your late three. Yes, no question.
Oh.
Ron, again.
And my single coming out now. Talk to me. I got a single. It's called Champion. I did a song called Champion last June.
I'm going to let him go, guys.
And the single is coming out. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
All right, Doris. Boy, Ron Artest has made the most of his second chance.
Over 28 points a game average, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. The 2010 Finals MVP and the winner of the Bill Russell NBA Finals MVP is none other than Kobe Bryant.
From one great champion to another, Kobe Bryant, your 5th NBA championship. How does this one stand out for you more than 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Well, this is the sweetest. You know, it's we've been downplaying the whole series, the rivalry between us and the Celtics, because we had to focus on what we had to do. But we understood how bad the city wanted it. You know, there's no question about it. And this one's by far the sweetest because it's against them, and because it's the hardest one by far.
You said we've been downplaying it, especially you were downplaying it. In fact, you even said, I can't get involved in the hype. How do you not get involved in the hype during the run?
You try not to. You try not to. You know, tonight it got the best of me. You know, I wanted it so bad, and sometimes you want something so bad it slips away from you. And my guys picked me up. I mean, I can't say enough about the Spaniard. But that guy's unbelievable and just a hell of a player. And we wouldn't have won it without him.
15 rebounds. What were you, Kareem out there or what?
Well, we just had to crash the boards. You know, whoever won the rebound didn't matter run each game. So I just try to make a point to get in there and grab as many as I could.
You've been involved so far in one of Phil Jackson's 3 three-peats. You have a chance next year for your second, his 4th. What are you going to say to him to try and convince him to come back?
Well, you know, he knows how bad I want him back. He knows that. I've told him that. I've been openly blunt about it and told him how much I want him back. And, you know, let's go for it again. Let's go for it again.
Will not foul. Sean Marion dribbles it out. And the celebration will begin. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. The first title in franchise history. The emotions of Dirk Nowitzki. What he's always dreamed of. Hoping to have another chance after the bitter loss in 2006. An unlikely playoff run capped off by Dallas upsetting LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and the favored Miami Heat. Meanwhile, you see for the Miami Heat a stunning ending to one of the more compelling seasons in NBA history. A bitter finish to a year that was really championship or failure, according to most people, including the Miami Heat players. Now let's check in with Doris.
Jason, over the last several years, the questions have been, does this team have what it takes to win a championship? What answers did you give those people?
Our faith in God, our faith in each other is what prevailed. This team never gave up. You know, when faced with adversity, we always responded. But more importantly, not only the city of Dallas, what we've been through for the last 5 years. I go to sleep with it every night, Dirk and I, the city of Dallas, and tonight we got vindication.
You spoke loudest when you were struggling the most,
Yes.
but you delivered in the biggest moments. How were you able to do it?
It's my strength. I'm telling you, I get my strength from God. And then when you do something as crazy as I did, you got to back it up.
You backed it up for sure. Jason Kidd, 17 years in the league, 2 previous tries. Dirk Nowitzki, questioned after the 2006 series. Did he have what it takes?
Well, I said it before the season started. We all had unique individual stories, you know, and then once we got to this point, Jason Kidd twice, never been able to get it done. Coach Carlisle, Stojakovic, Chandler, myself, Dirk, Shawn Marion, all those unique individual stories is what propelled us for this victory.
Jason, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mike.
In the mass of people, NBA Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban joins us now. Mark, 11 years ago, you purchased this team. What does this accomplishment mean?
You know what, it doesn't mean as much to me as it just feels so good for Dirk and Jason Kidd and Jason Terry and Shawn Marion. You know, the whole world was telling us we were the one and done boys, that we were going to get knocked out in the first round. But this team has so much heart, so much determination, and so much fortitude that, you know what, I love every one of them. And let me just tell you, our fans who came down here to Miami, you guys rock, we heard you guys.
They had the big three, the 3 All-Stars. You guys had one big one, Dirk Nowitzki. How did you beat them?
Well, Dirk Nowitzki is one of the very greatest players in the history of this game. And that has been validated here tonight. He had a tough shooting night in the first half, but other guys stepped up and kept us afloat. And in the second half, he was amazing.
All right, congratulations, Coach Rick Carlisle, one of only 11 men to win an NBA championship as a player and a coach.
The Miami Heat are once again NBA champions. LeBron James captures that elusive title he so desperately coveted.
Joining me now, Miami Heat team president, Pat Riley. Pat, 45 years for you in the NBA. This is your 8th title as a player, coach, executive. What stands out about this one?
Well, but for the grace of God, I go. Okay, that's what stands out about it. And this is a great, great, great group. This is right now not about anybody else but the coaches, the players, the staff, the employees that work for the Heat. Obviously, everybody has brought this together to make it happen. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do.
Pat, you once stood on a podium and you told people, we'll be right back here next year. Care to do it again?
Well, we believe that we built a team that's going to be around for a while. And our goal is to hopefully come back every year. It's always started out as an upstart. You become a team, you become a winner, a contender, and then one day you might become something special, and that's what we're shooting for. So to our guys, there's all these men back here, right here. All these guys that put it on the line. And for the head coach, Eric Spoelstra, he did a job. I got his tie right here. I'm wearing his tie.
And LeBron James averaged 28.6 points, 10.2 rebounds, 7.4 assists, and is the unanimous choice for the MVP, the Bill Russell Most Valuable Player Trophy of the 2012 NBA Finals.
The
chance, say it all. LeBron James, MVP of the finals. Given everything you've been through, when the clock hit triple zeros, what's the first thing that ran through your mind?
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
Going back to last year's finals, the way it ended, the way you struggled, the ton of criticism that came your way in so many different ways, what's the one thing that was said or written that bothered you the most?
That I was selfish. That's the only thing that bothered me, that, you know, a lot of people said I was a selfish person, a selfish basketball player, and, you know, I strive on being a team player, you know, doing whatever it takes to help this team win. But at the same time, I use it as motivation. And, you know, I'm happy that I was able to make enough plays to put ourselves in a position to win this championship.
You said that last year you were trying to prove something. And this year you realized you didn't have to do that. So how do you refocus your mind? How did you do that?
I just went back to the basics. You know, I knew what got me to this point, and that was hard work and dedication. And I never had to prove anything to anyone. You know, in my first 7 years, I just went out and let the game take care of itself. And last year, I tried to prove something to everybody. You know, and I played with a lot of hate, and that's not the way I play the game of basketball. I play it with a lot of love, with a lot of passion, and that's what I got back to this year.
Now we got Dwyane Wade coming in. Dwyane, in 2006, you won this thing as a 24-year-old. Now as a 30-year-old, what's the difference in what this means to you?
Man, I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. You know, winning the championship in 2006 was amazing. But I didn't go through nothing yet. Now, 6 years after that, I've been through a lot in my personal life, and I've been through a lot in my professional life, and this means so much more.
6 years ago, you were the MVP of the finals. You were the clear catalyst of your team. At what point did you realize that you would have to defer and give up that role?
Well, you know, we made a decision 2 years ago to become a team. You know, LeBron, Chris, and myself, and other guys decided to come together. So you got to do what you got to do to make sure that you reach your goal. And I had a position, I had a role to play. It might have changed a little bit, but at the end of the day, we all had one common goal, and that was to become champions.
The Spurs will not foul. Final seconds. What a finish. It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. The 2013 NBA championship resides once again in Miami. What a wonderful display of sportsmanship and class from Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs.
2013 Bill Russell NBA Finals Most Valuable Player is, for the second straight finals, LeBron James.
LeBron, you paid a price to be a great jump shooter. How happy are you that you paid that price?
Like Spo said, first of all, I want to give a lot of credit to the San Antonio Spurs. First-class organization. They pushed us to the limit. I work on my game a lot. Throughout the offseason, I put a lot of work into it. And to be able to come out here and the results happen out on the floor is the ultimate. It's the ultimate. I'm lost for words.
LeBron, you are constantly faced with the din of noise from the outside, scrutiny and pressure. How, when everybody is coming at you, do you keep your head and perform at the level you do?
Listen, for me, I can't worry about what everybody say about me. I'm LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, from the inner city. I'm not even supposed to be here. That's enough. Every night I walk into the locker room, I see a number 6 with James on the back. I'm blessed. So what everybody say about me off the court don't matter. I ain't got no words.
Congratulations, LeBron.
Like you said, Mark, there is such respect for the teams and the coaching staff on these two. We still have 5.9 remaining. And the final seconds set to tick off. San Antonio is back on top once again. The Spurs are the 2014 NBA champions.
Kawhi Leonard. The fans of San Antonio know how great you are, and now the whole world does. You are the 2014 Bill Russell MVP.
Kawhi Leonard, if I had told you when the NBA Finals began that you would be the most valuable player of this series, you would have said what?
Man, I would have told you was lying or something. But right now, it's just surreal to me. I had a great group of guys behind me, just pushing me, just wanted me to do, to be aggressive in the game, and they just helped me out.
Now, everybody knows the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs have a big three. Why were you the guy in this finals?
Man, I'm not sure. I guess I just, you know, they seen they have the talent. I could go out there every night, and they just told me I got to keep being aggressive every night for us to win this series. They all pushed me. Coach Pop pushed me. The fans pushed me. And I just want to thank God, my parents, and everybody.
Tim Duncan, where are you? "15 years ago, like Kawhi, you were 22 years old and an NBA Finals most valuable player. What's the biggest difference between then and now?"
15 years, probably. But unbelievable feeling to be back here after that long, and being with guys like this, a team like this. Everything's changed. We've adapted and come out here and able to win another championship from this crowd. It's unbelievable.
Last year in the finals, we saw how frustrated you were. At what point did you begin to channel that frustration into something positive?
Beginning of this season. As soon as that was over and I stepped back on this court, knowing that we wanted to get back to this point. And we had the opportunity to, we had the team to, if we believed and if we fought through and let all that go.
This man is the only player in NBA history to start for 3 different championships in 3 different decades. Give it up for Tim Duncan. This is kind of old hat for Tony Parker, his 4th NBA championship. You know, a lot of media people and a lot of fans talk about revenge. Now that it's over, why was it so important for you guys to beat this Heat team for this championship?
I don't know, it just, we were so close last year. Then this year was a great rematch, and we wanted to redeem ourselves, and I'm just happy we've been able to do that. And this title is for San Antonio, and it's the sweetest one.
What's the biggest thing that you've learned playing with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and being coached by Greg Popovich?
I've been very blessed and very lucky to play with Timmy and Manu, and Coach Pop is unbelievable. I know he doesn't like what we talk about him, so I'm not going to say nothing, but we're just a great team, and we do it together.
All right, Tony Parker, congratulations. Where's Manu Ginobili? You love hearing that, don't you?
It feels pretty good.
Manu, last year we saw some of the struggles that you had during the NBA Finals. What was the difference in how you felt this year in the Finals and last year?
Well, I felt better mentally, physically. The team was even better. The ball movement was incredible, so we didn't depend on anybody. And I think that what happened last year made us stronger, made us really stronger, and we knew we were not going to let this opportunity get away.
You all didn't just beat the two-time defending NBA champions. Mata, you throttled them. Each win was by 15 points or more. How were you able to be so effective against such a good team?
It's hard to believe, isn't it? We played at a really high level, defensively and offensively, making the move a lot, attacking the scenes, having everybody contribute. You know, it wasn't about Tim Duncan or Tony Parker. It was about Kawhi. It was Danny Green, Boris Diaw. Everybody. This is a team, and that's what makes it so nice.
LeBron James with the congratulations for the MVP and a point of respect toward the Warriors. And the dream season is now complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions. Their first title in 40 years. And how sweet it must be for those crazy loyal Bay Area fans. A disappointed LeBron James with a finals for the ages. The championship Warriors, well, they had to fight tooth and nail to knock off these Cavaliers. The fourth title in franchise history for Golden State. Much more to come here from Cleveland after this timeout.
Steve Kerr, I'm not going to allow you to duck me, sir. There he is. Steve, in your first year, you have said all season long that this group of men was special. What has been the defining characteristics of this group?
I think the sacrifice that every guy made, from Andre and David, you know, stepping away from the starting lineup, to throughout the playoffs, different guys stepping in and playing whatever matchup we needed. We just played, and they were all in it just to win. That's the only thing that mattered. This is an amazing group of guys.
Last night you said to us you didn't have time. This series didn't give you time to reflect on all the people who have helped you get here. Who are you thinking of right now?
I'm thinking of Lute Olson. I'm thinking of Phil Jackson, Lenny Wilkins, Greg Popovich. I've been blessed to play for the greatest coaches ever, and I've learned a ton from them, and they've all helped me get here. And I was blessed with an unbelievable group of guys in my first year. I can't believe how lucky I am. Thanks.
It could have been a lot of these guys, but there can only be one MVP. And this year's MVP is a player who didn't start in a single game until these finals. This year's Bill Russell MVP, Andre Iguodala.
In what way did your sacrifice of coming off the bench embody the spirit of this entire group?
We got a team full of believers. We all go to chapel before every game. We all believe, and we all say God has a way for you, a purpose for you. This is my purpose, and I accepted it, and I got great teammates. Steph, I want to be just like Steph when I grow up. Just a God-fearing man, great guy.
Congratulations, Andre. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Steph, come on up front with that beautiful little girl. No, bring Riley. You got to bring Riley. Steph, your first year you won 26 games. Your second year you win 36. You talked about the changing perception of what it meant to be a Warrior. What does it mean now?
World champs. This is truly special. This group is a special group. From the time we started the season, this is what we envisioned, and a lot of hard work goes into it, and all the way down to the last minute of this game. This is what it's all about. To have our families here, our whole team, coaching staff, everybody be a part of it. We're going to remember this for a long time.
You said signature moments are reserved only for champions. What will you remember most about this journey?
Tonight, the whole process. I mean, we're an anxious wreck before the game, trying to get the game started because we knew what was at stake tonight. And just the whole battle. We knew that we weren't going to quit, but we made plays down the stretch. Unimaginable feeling out there on the floor, knowing one game away from an NBA championship, and we got it done.
Describe the moment when you went over and shared post-game, that moment with your father, Dell.
This is special. I say I'm in the family business, and this is for my whole family because he played 16 years in this league and was never able to enjoy this, but he can live through myself and the whole team because he's as much a part of this as we are.
Congratulations, Steph.
Shumpert trying to stay with Curry, catches one dribble, steps back, puts up a three, won't go, rebound tip taken by Spades, final seconds, it's over, it's over! Cleveland is a city of champions once again! The Cavaliers are NBA champions! Cleveland's long sports nightmare has ended. The drought is over. 52 years. Time to celebrate a title. And the emotions for LeBron James, who delivers on his promise to come home and bring a championship to his beloved hometown.
We'll get in a minute, but he is still crying tears of joy. LeBron.
I'm sorry, Doris.
No worries, Kyrie. LeBron, as soon as that buzzer sounded, your emotions let loose. Can you describe what you're feeling right now?
I set out a goal 2 years when I came back to bring a championship to this city. I gave everything that I had. I poured my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and against all odds, I don't know why we want to take the hardest road. I don't know why the man above gives me the hardest road, but it's nothing the man above don't put you in situations that you can't handle. And I just kept that same positive attitude, like, instead of saying, why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do. And Cleveland, this is for you. Oh.
LeBron, you did what no other team had been able to do, coming back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals. And to do that, you had to win twice in a place that proved too much for so many teams. What did you find in Game 5 here?
Just locked in. I had to change my approach a little bit on how I approach the game. I wasn't that good in the first 2 games here in this building. I watched a lot of film, detailed it out, changed my blueprint, and was able to put together some spectacular games after being down 3-1. History, we in the record books. We're the first team ever to come back from a 3-1 deficit. This is special.
We'll see you in a few minutes on the podium.
Thank you,
Thank you, Doris. One of the great storybook endings in all of sports.
Kyrie, a year ago, you were alone in a hospital room watching your team do battle and try to win an NBA championship. Can you describe what it was like for you going to battle and ultimately fulfilling what were childhood dreams, you said?
History was made tonight, but I mean, that championship team that's in that locker room right there, we got to give them a lot of credit. They did an amazing job, and for us, it was just about being resilient and coming in and taking care of business. But I mean, this is one for the books, literally one for the books.
Down the stretch, though it had been a tough, at times, difficult series for Kevin Love, the big three was able to deliver. Why was that?
Just staying aggressive, sticking to the game plan, executing offensively and defensively. But I'm glad all the X's and O's are done, and we can celebrate this championship.
Can you describe what it is like playing alongside of LeBron James and what effect he has on this group's ability to be confident that it can win regardless of the circumstance?
Best player on the planet right there. As you can see with the Finals MVP, he took us home tonight, and that's what he does. That's what great players do, and he made history tonight, and I'm proud of him.
Congratulations.
Warriors. Redemption for Golden State. One of the great playoff runs of all time is complete. The Warriors are NBA champions again.
Five straight 30-point games in the NBA Finals. When you came in here tonight, 48 minutes separated you from your first championship. You went for 39 and 7. Can you describe what your intentions were walking in this building tonight?
I couldn't sleep for 2 days. I was anxious. I was jittery. I just wanted to lay it all out there. You know, I put in work. I just had to trust in it. You know, we were really good tonight. You got to tip your hat to Cleveland, man. They kept us up all night, man. Those LeBron and Kyrie, I never seen nothing like them two before. But we prevailed. We're champions. It was amazing to do it on our home floor.
This is the second time you've had to go through a man that many consider maybe the best player of his generation. Can you describe for us what it's like as competitors going back and forth with him?
He's the only person that I was looking at since 2012. He's the only one that I looked at and said he's the only guy that can look me eye to eye. And I knew it was going to be a battle. I was trying to challenge him. He averaged a damn triple-double. Can't stop the guy. But we battled, man. We battled, and, you know, I told him we tied up now. And, you know, we will try to do this thing again, but I'm going to celebrate this one tonight.
Steph Curry with his second NBA championship. 34 and 10 tonight for Curry. And this time, as Durant just mentioned, they win it in front of these unbelievably loyal fans. And Andre Iguodala. And there's David West, who we just mentioned, and you see the emotions of Steve Kerr. With
Mike Brown, who did a heck of a job when Steve had to take his leave of absence for medical reasons.
Steve, we have seen other NBA franchises add great talent and it not necessarily result in a championship. So how did this group add such an incredible talent and blend Kevin Durant in seamlessly and somehow yet still let him be his own brilliant self?
Well, we had very little talent, actually. It was mostly coaching.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say this. I've got the best job in the world. These guys are so gifted and so committed to each other and so unselfish. And I love the players, love the coaches, and Bob Myers has been such a great friend to me these last couple of years. Peter and Joe, amazing organization. And I want to say a special thank you to Mike Brown and my whole coaching staff for keeping the ship sailing smoothly when I was out. So fun to be part of this.
Your Bill Russell 2017 Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
Steph, you told us in the last couple of days that you had heard the chatter that some of the criticisms that you faced in your prior finals appearances definitely made you a little defensive. How did you take all of that and falling short as a unit last year to become better equipped to win this championship?
I mean, we learn from everything we've been through, and our perspective, being blessed to play on the stage 3 years in a row. It's all God. It's for these fans, it's for our organization, our families, to be back here, bring old Larry back home. I'm just excited to be a part of this group and accomplish something special and want to do it again. That's it.
You guys ready for that? So, rightly or wrongly, you said last year's failures were in some measure your responsibility. So how did you take the passion that is so integral to the success of this team and get it where it needed to be to win a second one?
You learn from your mistakes, and obviously, we had a letdown last year. I had a letdown last year, but like I told everybody before, if Kevin Durant was the consolation prize to lose, thanks for that loss, and we champs this year.
NBA season. There's the buzzer. There's a new dynasty in the NBA. The Golden State Warriors champions once again, back-to-back titles, 3 in 4 years, and the latest with a sweep.
And we see LeBron James exiting the court. No congratulations. I'm sure there's frustration.
But he congratulated the guys who were on the court before he left.
Great point.
Before he checked out, I should say, for the last time.
Well, a very ecstatic Stephen Curry, who just shared a beautiful moment with your head coach, Steve Kerr. Can you tell us what that was about?
He talks about at the beginning of the year, all that we have to go through. I know it's a game, I know it's basketball, but all the sacrifice and the trials and tribulations you go through during the season to get to this point. And for him especially, we know what he's been through physically the last 3 years. So for him to fight through all of that, to be there for us every single day, and for us to celebrate this moment, that's what makes it all worth it.
Because you played so long and also experienced extended success as a player, you know that this is a challenge. And this was maybe not the easiest year to get this, but you ended up here. So how did this group do it ultimately? I know you have talent, but it's more than that.
This was the hardest year we've had, of the 3 championships by far. Just the length of the journey. But these guys are not only incredibly talented, but they're selfless. They love each other, they play for each other, and you see the result.
Talk about 2 guys who have had huge games, Steph and Kevin Durant. But without the performance of Klay Thompson in both Game 6s, last year in the conference finals and this, how does Klay Thompson help this group work?
He's a machine. He just keeps coming. Every day he's defending, the best player on the other team. He's running off screens like Reggie Miller, and he's just a machine. He's there for us every single day.
Congratulations, Steve.
This year, the back-to-back NBA Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
Kevin, only 6 times in history has a player gone back-to-back MVP. And I know you take such incredible pride in your craft and the work you put into this. but how much of this is about more than just the winning and the titles and these individual accolades for you?
Oh, this is about the journey, you know, all season, man. Getting up every day, going to work with these guys is, you know, it was amazing. The environment is incredible. It's good for you to be around guys like this. It helps you become a better basketball player and a better man. And this is a journey that's better than a destination. You know, I'm happy I'm a part of this group.
You have had to go through a man you have professed incredible respect for and has been a great champion in his own right, LeBron James. So can you give us some sense of two great players going at it head-to-head in this particular kind of environment?
It's fun. It's fun. It's, you know, the competition. When you play against one of the best, it brings the best out of you as well. It brought the best out of our team, and I'm just grateful we got back-to-back championships and looking forward to going celebrate in the locker room right now, actually.
Go do it. Thank you, Kevin. You are content to quietly go about your business and let Steph and Kevin Durant sort of absorb the limelight. So what do you take your satisfaction from? Because you have a way of delivering when this team is absolutely in the most desperate need.
Oh, just this right here. This is so hard to do. And to do it 3 out of 4 years is incredible. Couldn't do it with this man, couldn't have done it without this man, couldn't have done it without the whole team. So we're blessed to have great chemistry. And we're not done. We're just going to keep going and celebrate this tonight, and it feels so good. Get used to this.
You just shared a moment with your dad, who himself has an NBA championship and knows what that journey is. What is it like sharing that with somebody who understands what you're doing?
Yeah, and I passed up my dad, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Congratulations. The 2018 NBA champions, back-to-back, the Golden State Warriors. Congratulations, Mike Green.
There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs. Such respect from these two teams as they battled so hard for 6 games, and Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors emerge victorious. Boy, it's hard to calculate the impact this team will have in Toronto and throughout Canada. The popularity of the NBA and of basketball has skyrocketed in recent years.
Coach Nick Nurse, congratulations. Basketball has come full circle in Canada. It was invented by a Canadian. The first NBA game was in Toronto, and now an NBA championship. Your 2019 NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors. And our MVP, following an iconic buzzer beater and a dominant performance in the finals, your 2019 Bill Russell Finals MVP is Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi, throughout the course of this series, you touched on the fact that a year ago you were not playing basketball. And you had to make your way to a new city with new teammates, but one thing that never seemed to waver was your poise and your confidence. What gives you that steely resolve?
Oh, man, just life experiences. My teammates, they did a great job of, welcoming me with open arms. The management, so they just told me to come out and play basketball. And, I'm a guy that just, try to not get too high or too low. And it worked out. It worked out.
You join, I know you make it very clear that you are about winning and not records nor anything else. But tonight, by winning your second MVP of the finals with a different team, you join select company, Kareem and LeBron James. As you let that sink in, what crosses your mind?
Man, last summer, man, was going through a lot. was going through a lot. And, you know, I had a great support system. I just kept working hard, and had my mind set on this goal right here. I came to a team, a new coach, that mindset was the same as mine, trying to get that Larry O.B. over there. And, you know, this is what I play basketball for. This is what I work out for all summer during the season. And I'm happy that my hard work paid off.
How does a young guy from North Philadelphia, right? North Philly, who had all kinds of questions about him, not tall enough, not fast enough, not athletic, how does he become an NBA champion?
Hard work, never saying anybody, never letting nobody tell you can't do something special, and just a great group of guys. I mean, I wouldn't be here for these guys if it wasn't for these guys. Yeah, I can't really think right now. This is crazy. This is awesome, man. Toronto, Canada, we brought it home, baby. We brought it home.
Masai touched on this. You are the all-time Raptor. You are a leader across many categories. But Masai said it, this championship wasn't built in a year. And as this process unfolded, you lost teammates.
Yeah.
One in particular who I know you consider a brother. What would you say to DeMar DeRozan?
I love him, and I know he's happy for me right now. I'll FaceTime him later. But right now it's about us, and on this stanchion it's about our fans, and we're going to go celebrate some more right now.
You've earned that as well. Congratulations, Kyle. Pascal Siakam, a man who a year ago, we've talked about this, you couldn't stay on the floor, and yet in the games that mattered, Game 1 and Game 6, you were sensational. So how do you grow that much in such a short period of time, and what's it been like celebrating this with these men?
Oh, man, it's been an unbelievable experience for me, just learning every single day from these guys, and you know, it's my first rodeo, you know, being at this stage, and every single day, every single game in the playoffs, I keep getting better, I keep learning, I keep improving. It's just great, man. Amazing for Cameroon. You see the flag, and you know, Africa in general, to be here and be able to celebrate with these guys. Amazing.
Congratulations, Mark. Mark, you join your brother Pal as the only brothers who have ever won individually NBA championships. I mean, you grew up in your grandmother's backyard playing. Could you have ever imagined this?
No, I would never imagine this. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. This is awesome. So many people to thank. You know, it's great, and now it's time to celebrate, you know, with the North.
I'm not going to let you go because I got one more important one. Pal is your brother, but you also left brethren in Memphis in the middle of a season after grinding and trying to get right here. To Zebo and to Mike and to those men who grinded with you, you say what?
Thank you. Thank you, guys, for making me the man and the player that I am. And, you know, I'll be thankful forever.
Congratulations. 2019 NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors.
He's won now with the Miami Heat, with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. As has his teammate Danny Green, also his third championship with 3 different teams. And Rajon Rondo winning his second NBA title. The Celtics in 2008, the Lakers in 2020.
This Larry O'Brien trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours.
You guys, come take the trophy.
Jeannie, it has been a decade of ups and downs to get to this moment right here with these guys. What does it mean to you to win it this year of all years with everything that's happened?
Well, first I want to thank Adam Silver and all the workers that made it possible for us to finish out this season. I especially would like to thank all the teams that made it to the bubble to make this all possible. A shout out to the Portland Trail Blazers, the Houston Rockets, the Denver Nuggets, and the Miami Heat for the honor and privilege of sharing this court with them. On behalf of the Laker organization, Rob Pelinka, thank you. Coach Vogel, the coaching staff, the training staff, all our employees back home in Los Angeles for your tireless work in making this happen. And to you, Lakers team, I am so proud of you both on and off the court. You've done Los Angeles proud with your hard work, your professionalism, and your dedication. And you have written your own inspiring chapter in the great Laker history. And to Laker Nation, we have been through a heartbreaking tragedy with the loss of our beloved Kobe Bryant and Gianna. Let this trophy serve as a reminder of when we come together, believe in each other, incredible things can happen. Laker Nation, when it's safe, I look forward to celebrating with you. Until then, I will bring back the trophy to Los Angeles where it belongs.
Jeannie, thank you so much. Frank, I have heard you say you weren't the most obvious choice to coach this team, but you were clearly the right coach for this team. Why were you such a perfect fit and voice for these guys?
Just I'm the guy that's going to focus on the work, and that's what this group needed. We had the talent, we just wanted to focus on the work, tie all the strings together, make sure we all play together, and we got it done.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations.
Of course, the Finals MVP trophy, as you just said, is named after Bill Russell, who has been with us every year for the Finals, but of course couldn't be in the bubble this year, but I know is watching at home. And I have a feeling that this Finals MVP is going to have a trophy named after him one day. The Finals MVP is LeBron James.
Get away from me, dog. Oh, my God.
Oh, you're stuck with him. LeBron, congratulations. You said the other day, and I want to read this to get it exactly right. Lakers fans, quote, don't give a damn about what you've done before. When you become a Laker, you've got to do it with them as well. Well, you have done it, LeBron. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. It means a lot to represent this franchise. Jeannie, I told Jeannie when I came here that I was going to put this franchise back in the position where it belongs. Her late great father did it for so many years, and she just, took it on after that. And for me to be a part of such a historical franchise is it's an unbelievable feeling, not only for myself, but for my teammates, for the organization, for the coaches, for the trainers, everybody that's here. We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect, too.
Well, LeBron, I'm going to tell you, 4 Finals MVPs, your 4th title with 3 franchises, extremely elite company, and in year 17 as well. You got a guy in your ear right now telling you're the greatest of all time. You're just a couple months shy of your 36th birthday.
Yeah.
Is this the longest prime in the history of professional sports?
I don't know. I'm going to let you guys talk about it. One thing I can do is commit to the game. I put myself and my body and my mind in position to be available to my teammates. I've never missed a playoff game in my career. And the best thing you can do for your teammates is be available. And for me to be available to my teammates and put in the work, I just hope I make my guys proud, and that's all that matters to me. I make my guys proud, make the fan base proud, my family back home. I can't wait to get back home to them. Akron, Ohio, we did it again, and that's what it's all about.
You have had an incredibly close partnership with the guy over there to your left. What can you say about the way you two worked together to get this trophy here tonight?
I mean, it's easy. It's easy. I said it in the presser before. We have no ego. We want the best from each other every single day, both off the floor, on and off the floor. And I know what it means to have 7 years where you feel like that you can't get over the hump. I had 7 years my first stint in Cleveland. I felt like I couldn't get over the hump. I felt like I needed some help. I feel like I need someone to push me. And that's when I was able to go to Miami and get pushed by D. Wade and Bosh in that franchise. And so to be able to get him, and we push him and let him know how great he is, but just making him see better basketball and better to be a part of something that's special, that's what it's all about. So to be able to put him where he is today, that means so much to me. And the fact that he trusts me means even more.
Anthony, you became teammates with Kobe Bryant back in the 2012 Olympics. He was a big brother to you for the rest of your time through New Orleans and then coming to here. I know that you have been thinking of him. You told me before the NBA Finals, I cannot let him down. Anthony, you did not let him down. What does it mean to you to have done that?
You know, ever since the tragedy, you know, all we want to do is do it for him, and we didn't let him down. It would have been great to do it, you know, last game in his jerseys, but, you know, it made us come out even more aggressive, even more powerful on both ends of the floor to make sure we close it out tonight. And I know he's looking down on us, proud of us. I know, you know, Vanessa's proud of us. The organization's proud of us. You know, it means a lot to us.
That'll do it. It's over. The Bucks have done it. The long wait has ended. After a half century, the Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions once again. The emotions come pouring out. One of the greatest nights in Milwaukee sports history ends in a coronation. Guys, we've seen a lot of amazing performances. This ranks as one of the all-time greatest.
It absolutely does. We've witnessed LeBron James for so long, but we've seen a guy put up LeBron James type numbers, especially after the fact that he was supposed to be out the rest of the way after that scary injury.
And then the defensive component and effort and example that he set. I mean, he was sprinting and blocking and running the floor, and the only guy who had it going offensively. The burden was great, and he was up to the task.
He has such a sense of loyalty, his family first, but to the Bucks and the city of Milwaukee. He's talked about everyone has a different path to a title. I'm not judging anyone, but for me, I want to do it with the team that took a chance on me, a city that welcomed me, and with teammates that I went through the highs and lows with. I feel like it just means more.
I'm so blessed to work with Giannis every day. He's a special human being. He's an even more amazing human being that he is a player. I've learned so much from him, his leadership, Chris's leadership. Chris and Giannis together, they built this. I'm just glad I could be a part of what Chris and Giannis have done. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you, bud. Congratulations.
I don't think there's much doubt, but he played through adversity. He played through injury. No doubt, given he was the two-time MVP in the league. This year's Bill Russell, Finals MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When you re-signed here, you said that you wanted to be a part of building a championship culture in Milwaukee for years to come. What does it mean to you to make good on that commitment in the city that drafted you?
It means a lot. I want to thank Milwaukee for believing in me. You know, thank my teammates, man. They played hard every freaking game. You know, I trusted this team. I wanted to do it here in the city. I wanted to do it with these guys. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we were able to get it done.
It is a rarity, Giannis, to be able to play 8 years with a teammate, let alone win a championship together in those 8 years? How would you describe what Chris Middleton means to you?
Chris, you did it, huh? You did it. What you did? You know, I'm happy, man. This guy doesn't really know how much he pushed me. He pushed me every day to be great. He pushes me every day to be great, man. And I'm happy that I can step on the floor with this guy and play every single minute with these guys and the rest of the guys, but Chris especially. We've been together for 8 years, and I'm happy that I was able to do it with him. I'm happy that I was able to do it with this team from Milwaukee, and how Coach Bud said, we got to do it again.
I think they like that. Giannis, you've never been shy. That family is at the core of everything you do, and now you and 2 of your brothers are NBA champions.
I'm happy that, you know, a lot of people was making jokes last year when Kostas won his championship with the Lakers. And, you know, obviously, and the dinner table was awkward a little bit because he had the ring before me. But now me and Thanasis have a ring too, so we're happy.
Chris, it seemed like every time the Bucks needed a big bucket in this series, you were the one to step up and deliver. What does it mean to you to win a championship playing that role for your teammates?
It means everything that they have trust in me. You know, each time they in the game, they're telling me to go get the ball. Shoot it, pass it, whatever you do, just play with confidence, be aggressive. And that gives me all the confidence in the world when my teammates have it.
Second-round pick, spent some time in the G League, traded. How did you stay true to the belief you had in yourself to get to this moment?
Keep my belief and my faith, and then having this team around me, this organization, all my teammates every day that wanted me to work. And it's easy to come to work with guys like this. All they want to do is compete, hoop, and play. So it's easy to come in every day, every night, and try to get better.
Thank you so much, Chris. Congratulations. Drew Holiday. Drew, the Bucks have been knocking on the door of this moment for years, and then you arrive, and all of a sudden they burst through.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Nah, this is such a blessing, man. This is only God. Like I've said before, as a kid, you only dream of this moment. So to be able to actually do it and see the confetti and do it with my brothers, man, there's nothing like it.